Welcome back to Star Wars, everyone, where we are going to not discuss political topics whatsoever. Anyways, do y'all like Andor? I loved Andor. Oh, awesome. Fucking OBS is not capturing Discord. Hang on. Something's wrong. Oh, because it's fucking...
It's one of those days.
Okay, now they can hear you.
Wow.
Excellent. Now I will roll.
Wow.
Chat, you would not believe the things Boga's been saying when he was being not recorded. It's truly awful.
No, they could hear me just fine.
Oh, okay.
They could hear my stupid
You would not
commentary
believe the
just
things
fine,
Jamie
I
was
assure
saying.
you.
Okay. Let's. Oh, would you look at that? Nothing and nothing.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Wow,
88 and 87. That's funny. I find that quite humorous.
Hilarious.
Look at that shit. Hold on. This just bemuses me. Look at this.
The Bemuser.
Look at that.
That's
How
crazy.
nice and
Look at
clean.
this.
How nice and clean.
Simple and clean.
Wow.
Heck yes.
You could say hell, Jamie. It's okay. You're not gonna get in trouble.
I won't get you guys banned on Twitch if I say a swear.
You know what, Jamie? Go ahead. Say
You
something
say
that
one
gets us
swear.
banned on Twitch. Go ahead.
Go on. Go on.
Go ahead, Jamie. Say something that gets us banned from Twitch.tv, with the
No.
platform we are streaming at.
No, I'm not gonna do that.
So many
I'm not-
options.
No.
How do you feel about
I know
women,
you're quite
Jamie?
fond of a few of them, Stick.
Hey, no, hold on.
What?
Wait, hold on. I need what?
Don't worry about
She
it.
can. It's okay. She can reclaim them.
God.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know where you're coming from, Iris. I know you liked it.
No, don't project onto me.
Anyways,
Hello?
Anyways,
Oh my god.
What's happening?
don't worry about it. Nothing holy is occurring in this conversation. We can
Nice.
move on.
I see.
come on, Jamie.
So-
You should know
Ghastly?
What?
better. What?
I think the implication is that Stick says slurs on the regular.
Not on the regular.
Not on the regular, just every now and then.
I'm going to choose to believe that it's on the regular because I think that's funnier.
Fair enough. You know what? I cannot say this on Twitch.tv, but for those at home, fill in the blanks.
Anyway,
Yes,
Star
go on.
Wars.
You're the GM now. Go on.
Yeah, come on. What are we doing, Iris?
look,
Do you remember what last session was? Do you remember what our goal
I
was?
pull out my gun and I shoot Imperius.
Did you take notes?
I incinerate all my notes. Go on, figure it out.
Don't worry, I have my notes.
Wow.
Just know, I will be sitting in my my therapist armchair in the corner, glasses like slightly down my nose, reading a newspaper, and whenever you make a move that's not according to the original plan, I go, mm-hmm.
I was literally thinking of Mario waiting, yeah.
I would, yeah, but like with a newspaper, I'd be like, not how I
Last
would have
I
done that.
recall,
oh god.
we got
Shuffled
our-
page.
GM
Our ship
culture? What the
crew.
hell?
we've got Crisp, Radzig, Hal, Ferris, Nameless, and Booley.
That is right. You got some clone troopers.
Yeah, we named them all.
I forgot we had the odd clone. What does the odd clone do again? We got the co-pilot engineer, comm sensors, loadmaster 1 and 2, and the odd clone.
And then the other clone.
Yeah. Do
We-
The
we
one
let
that
out
wasn't
some roles.
named.
No, he's named.
One of the nameless one was the Loadmaster.
Oh. Oops.
Yeah, yeah. The odd clone is named Bully. You know what? I'm just gonna just copy and paste this for your reference, Logan. You're welcome.
Honestly, thank you. I'm gonna keep a note of this.
Yeah, I don't have great notes from last session because it was mostly the fight, but I did take notes of that.
I do have that. The bounty hunter work reward is 9k platinum and 40% off dry dock.
Oh right, we're bounty hunting.
Yeah,
Yes.
we're bounty hunting.
We got roped
I
into
forgot to
bounty
write that
hunting because we're
down.
not on good terms with the Void Wolf.
Oh, I think that was one of the things like, okay, I'll fill up my notes after session, and then I didn't.
Classic stick move.
That is unfortunately a classic stick move. Usually it's not that bad because I still remember by the next week, but it's been some time now.
3 weeks, I believe.
3? Oh my god.
It's like 20 days or something. Yeah, 21 days ish. Yeah.
There you go.
Well, as they say, you're taking too long.
Oh,
That's it. That's it. Logan, I'm replacing Stick. I'm getting Tom Scott.
All right. Finally.
You know
Get
what?
out of here. Where's Tom? I'm so ready for this.
I'm here in the Star Wars
I
campaign.
understand the choice.
oh, hey,
I
Tom
will split my
Scott.
seat to Tom Scott.
I would secede my seat to Tom Scott. He's welcome in this campaign.
You saw he's doing videos again, right?
I know.
Okay,
Listen,
good.
Tom Scott, if you are ever listening, hit me up.
Let's
You can
collab.
join. You can join any of my campaigns, Tom Scott. You are welcome to literally any of them. If you see this,
Pez
I would
will
love to
give
work
you
with
their
you.
bed. They'll sleep on the couch.
I will not give you my bed, but I would be happy to have you in any TTRPG if you want to explore that world. Hit me up, Tom. Alright. Just you wait. I'm gonna get an email in like 14 days.
I was gonna say, please never contact me again.
I hope not. I hope it says, hello, I would love to join one of your campaigns. I'd be like, great, Tom. I'd be happy to have you.
You know he has to start his email with, I'm here in your emails.
Honestly, if that's not Tom Scott's email signature, wasted opportunity.
I gotta.
True.
Alright, how do I register
Man.
Tom Scott at friendteam.biz?
I'm gonna check if Tom Scott at Gmail is taken.
And then I'll ask him, great, do you want to play Star Wars or do you want to play Pathfinder?
As it just so happens, Mr. Tom Scott, one of our players just left.
By force!
Yeah, actually you.
No, we don't tell him by force, because that's gonna make us look bad.
1111 is not a valid date for year. Come on. Tom Scott at gmail.com. That is taken. What a shock.
Yeah, I assume he probably has it, unless he has his own domain. That wouldn't surprise me. It would not surprise me
probably has his own domain.
if he has Tom at Scott.
Yeah, he has
That'd be really-
Tom Scott
At
something. I know he does. 'Cause
Scott.com.
I
Yeah,
went there to like sign up for his newsletter a while ago. Let me
yeah.
hang on. I bet his newsletter just has it like
Oh yeah.
Tom
Probably.
at tomscott.com or something like that. Where is it?
Tom Scott at tomscott.com would be the best name.
It is tom at newsletter.tomscott.com.
Okay, I see.
Oh.
Not quite as funny.
Yeah.
All right. We are going to get into the action, but before I do, I'm afraid I need to take a be right back. So, sorry, I will be
Okay.
waiting a little bit longer.
It's alright.
1 moment.
It's okay. Hmm. So how about those Star Wars?
I hate them.
Jamie, I want a written report on
Yeah?
Star Wars and how it was influenced by the Vietnam War. 5 pages. Due in 6 hours.
Oh, okay. What? Wait, hold on. What's this? Star Wars and how the what?
And how it relates to the Vietnam War. You know, George Lucas's fate has talked on record about how much it influenced it. You know this, right, Jamie?
No, I haven't been following this.
Well, you've got 6 hours.
Alright,
hint.
Wikipedia
Times
is
New
my
Roman,
only hope.
double spaced, 11-point font.
Time to lock in.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, Wikipedia, please fucking save my life. Oh my god, why is this a thing? Why am
Why
I
is it a
doing
thing?
this?
You're, I would happily read this essay.
Why the
from you.
fuck are you doing this?
No, wait, hold on. Let him cook.
No, it's gonna take me a while to write up an essay. So, yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna go to my college library. I'm gonna look up Star Wars Vietnam, see how many articles pop up.
Jesus.
It's gonna be a lot.
Oh
Honestly,
no, I
probably.
hope.
One.
Oh no, they're doing it.
Okay, no, it's actually mixing it up with like actual history articles, not magazine articles. There we go. Well, it's about Star Trek. I was very clear. It's Star Wars.
Did you put quotes around it?
I'm doing that right now, actually. Star Wars.
Actually,
Yeah.
hold on. No, the essay.
One,
Well,
2. Oh wait, it's like a full book. Actually, hold on. Now I'm kind of interested.
Well, there's your citation you need.
Yeah, there you go.
Hold on. No. Wait a minute.
Technology, modernization, and empire. George Lucas' Star Wars. Oh, this actually looks cool. Hold on. Is that my
Stick.
library?
Okay.
Stick discovering the
Stick.
wonders of the library.
You can't say that. I am like a library's #1 soldier. I fucking love libraries.
Number
I don't
I
think to be library number one soldier when I'm the one here literally studying to be a librarian.
Okay, you know I can't claim to be #1 librarian warrior because I did have like was it 25 books out at once, overdue for over a year.
What the fuck were you?
Yeah, you know most
doing?
libraries don't actually give that much of a shit about
Well,
that.
it's a lot about what I wasn't doing, and that was turning them
Okay.
in.
Stick. I hate to burst your bubble, but Star Wars could not have influenced the Vietnam War.
Other way around.
It's the
James
other way
Bond.
around.
Was influenced by the Vietnam War.
Star Wars is partially based
Oh,
upon the Vietnam
shit.
War.
George Lucas has
Oh,
very
I got
explicitly
it
said
mixed up in my head. Oh shoot!
George Lucas has very explicitly said that basically the Battle of Endor is just the Viet Cong.
Yeah, it's literally just the empire, like the rebellion in the empires.
Oh shit! Okay, I'm sorry. I got it mixed up. I got the thing mixed up in my head, and I thought it was Star Wars
Okay.
influenced.
Star
the
Wars
Vietnam War.
retroactively influenced the Vietnam War.
God.
I mean, it did
Presumably
influence Ronald
given the
Reagan.
basis by inspiring the Viet Cong.
The Viet Cong.
Wasn't
Oh,
in fact
God.
Viet Cong very big fan of Star Wars?
I mean, I wouldn't be totally surprised. Oh, God. I would, no, it is possible that one day we will have the, like, war inspired by Star Wars.
Mm.
Oh,
Probably
boy.
not.
Well, not, like, based on them, I mean more of, like, people being stupid.
People doing resistance and rebellion movements.
Well, I also meant, like,
Shockingly, that has happened before, yes.
no, I mean, like, you know how Elon Musk likes to base things off of media he claims to like? I feel like he would do something
Uh-huh.
stupid like that.
Yes, I'm familiar with Elon Musk's ability to invent the Torment Nexus.
Yeah, exactly.
God, I'm sorry. I'm now like thinking a little deeper about Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program and how fucking ironic the entire thing is.
Yeah.
Like, holy
yeah,
shit!
Does he know Does he know?
There's like so many layers of irony here because one, Ronald Reagan was an actor. So like he should know that Star Wars was at least somewhat inspired by a real thing that happened. And yet
That's
from the Wikipedia article,
Look,
in
I
a
have long
19
since abandoned hope for certain political groups to realize that media means things.
In a 1986 speech, Senator Joe Biden, yes, that one, said Star
No.
Wars represents a fundamental
Yes, that
assault
one.
on the concepts, alliances, and arms control agreements that have buttressed American security for several decades, and the president's continued adherence to it constitutes one of the most reckless and irresponsible acts in the history of modern statecraft.
Joe Biden anti-Star Wars. No wonder he didn't run on that platform.
To be clear, this is him criticizing Ronald Reagan's Star Wars program,
Oh,
along with
okay. I
several
thought he-
other people who were deriding the program as like extremely reckless in a mutually
Yeah.
assured destruction state.
Well, I'm sure Republican, being the well-balanced, intelligent man that he is, understood their criticism and took them to heart.
Proceeds to gnaw on his pill bottle. Can't get it open. All he gets is clicks, son.
Yeah, how did that guy die again? Was it just old age? Please tell me it wasn't just old age.
I unfortunately think it was just old age, or just like disease related to just being old.
Pneumonia. Let's go.
Oh, that's right. No, it was pneumonia. Yeah.
Maybe pneumonia is a good thing.
No, I'm gonna
God.
veto that one. Stick. I'm sorry.
That's
I hate him
a
as much
bad
as the next
take.
guy, but nah, that's not a good defense of pneumonia.
Dick banned off Twitch for defending pneumonia in 2020.
We're not on Twitch.
God.
Oh God.
Once a Twitch streamer, always a Twitch streamer.
What does that mean?
That means you can't skip your roots, Bogan.
This is like, I don't even know how to describe the kind of aggression you're levying towards me right now. This is
First, like, though?
insane.
Cocomelon?
You're just saying things at me now.
Avocado?
It's free Shavakadu,
What?
you fucking heathen.
I'm not talking about free Shabakadu. Fucking millennial.
You're a millennial too.
I don't
She's
think I am,
not.
am I?
No, she isn't.
I don't think I am.
You're right. I was thinking Gen Z. It's my mistake. I'm a millennial.
Yes.
Yeah.
In fact, there's only 2 millennials here.
Yep.
It's me and Jamie.
Yeah, since Jamie.
The rest of you are dirty fucking Sooners.
I mean, how old is Bogan? Like 25, 26?
No,
No.
Logan's younger
27?
than me.
Yeah.
I know.
Like, only by a few. Well, if you knew, then why did you... I'm killing you with hammers.
I'm pretty sure the closest person to me in age other than Jamie is Loot.
Yeah, I think I'm only 2 years younger than you.
You're,
Wait,
what,
hold on.
26? You're 26?
I'm
You're
27.
27, okay.
How old are you, Logan?
I'm like 23.
Luke,
okay.
did you turn 27 this year?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay.
Wait,
2
when's
years
your
then,
birthday,
yeah.
Logan?
My birthday is July 10th.
What the fuck? Move your birthday. It's too close.
What?
Coming up. It's coming up soon. Not last year, but the year before. I believe that's also the day we opened T11.
I turned 20 on the 11th
Yeah.
of July.
It's
You gotta
the
change
best
your birthday, Logan.
gift I ever got.
That was a good time. We had a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm back now. We can start for realsies.
Finally.
Finally.
I say that to my stomach.
Poor tummy.
My tummy hurts. Let me just tell you. That's all.
Dente Pepto.
Oh no.
I have no idea what. No, I know what that is. That doesn't exist here. You know that, right?
Abysmal?
I'm sure you have like something
I've-
equivalent to it there.
Well,
I have
equivalent.
never in my life seen anything like it.
Really? Huh.
Yes.
You guys have ibuprofen, right?
Yeah, that's basic painkiller.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just
Ibu-
curious.
Ibuprofen and paracetamol are the two most basic painkillers.
Yeah.
You are on Port Nova, my friends.
Right. Right.
You have just accepted a contract from a man you didn't get the name of, by the way, who claims to work for the Void Wolf and can get you in on it if you kidnap the son of an Imperium governor. The son's name is Rade Trisillo. And you know that he's currently. Yes, I can. He's currently a passenger on a luxury cruise. You were told to bring him in alive because the Void Wolf has a. The understanding you got is that the Void Wolf has a standing arrangement with Rade's father, the Imperium governor, that he has been stepping out of line for. So the understanding is that presumably your currently unnamed contact wants to capture Rade for the Void Wolf to get into her good graces and to help her rein back in the governor. That is the understanding you currently have of the job. He's on a big 2-week cruise. You were also warned that the biggest danger you have to watch out for is his bodyguard.
Mm-hmm.
These are all the details you've been given.
Okay, I didn't get all of them. Shit.
You've also been given the details of this. You weren't told this. I'm telling you this now, that in character you've been given this. The name of the ship the cruise is happening on.
Okay.
Oh.
Name of the ship is.
Let's see if I can.
Wait, I'm sorry. Did you say the name of the ship already?
No, I'm telling you that you, in character, have received the name. You haven't out of I haven't given it a name. So
Okay.
In character, you know the name. I haven't given you a name.
I understand now.
That's
Thank
fair.
you.
Yeah. Okay, so we're on Port Nova.
It's called
know what
the
planet it's on, right?
It's called the Susanna. There you go.
Okay.
The Sada?
The Susanna
Susanna.
Susana. Okay.
with a Z. You have to figure out where.
SUSZNNZ.
I just assumed like the first letter was the Z. Also, there's 2 Z's.
It's the third letter.
Oh, that's
Oh.
what you meant. Okay.
Like
Oh
this.
shit! I
Like
had it right the
Suzanne,
first time.
Susanna.
Like this, Susanna.
Got
Yeah.
it.
So Savannah with Suzanne.
No.
Yeah. Sure.
This is on my side. Sorry, Bogan.
That's
I
all the
didn't pull it
details.
up.
I'm laying out all the details for you here. This is everything you know. I'm catching you up to speed.
Yes.
This is everything
Yeah.
you should know.
Do we have the name of the planet?
Tez.
Yes, Jamie?
I said thank you.
Oh, sorry. I just heard Ted, so I thought you were going to ask me a question.
Oh no,
My mistake.
sorry. No.
Oh,
No, that's not-
Stick, what was the question?
What planet is the ship on?
That's a great question. One moment.
Great question. Next question.
Oh,
It's
we
on the-
mean like a water cruise ship.
Yeah.
See,
it's
I
like a-
thought we
No.
were talking about like a spaceship.
Iris is correct.
Oh, it is
I-
in space?
It is a space cruise. Yes.
Oh. Luxury.
Oh.
Space cruise.
It's just that you don't really make the difference between them because in this it's called a ship whether it's on
Land.
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
or sea.
I heard cruiser and I thought, yeah, that's my mistake.
But Iris is correct. It is a space cruise.
I have to wonder, like,
Okay.
sorry, like minor tangent. This is space cruises are like a common thing in sci-fi, right? But like,
Yeah, they exist in Star Wars.
Did you say cruise or cruiser?
did I say cruise or cruiser?
I'm asking, did you say cruise or cruiser?
Cruise,
Okay. Because cruiser is a type of ship.
right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But like vacation cruise.
Yeah,
Yeah, if you can afford it.
They're like
You
a
know,
very
much like the
common trope
real-
in sci-fi.
Yeah.
I'm just
Yeah.
like thinking to myself,
Yeah.
well, okay, on. I guess that doesn't really
They made,
change
like,
much.
Yeah.
Sorry,
They
I've
just
never
always
been on a
do that.
cruise before, so I'm
Yeah.
like enamored by the concept of like, yeah, you just go on a ship to random places. Like, I just fucking go there myself. Why would I go on a cruise?
You pay for the luxury accommodation, the food,
Yeah.
the tour guiding.
Yeah.
Yeah, the Star Wars does have an entire class of ship called space yachts.
Yes.
Hmm.
Basically, it's just a Star Wars or space cruise.
Because I had to ask, because again, if you said cruiser, then a cruiser is a type of vessel.
Yeah.
Like, that's a battleship. Well, it's not a battleship, that's a type of vessel too. But
This terminology sucks. No.
I hope you got better prices than like the real cruiser.
the one that shut down.
Yeah.
I watched the
God, that sucked.
I don't really watch. I don't like YouTube documentaries or mockumentaries or
Mhm.
whatever you know, like hour-long videos on the same topic, whatever you want to call them, right?
Yeah.
Not for
Yeah.
me. Like, I did not watch the H Bomber guy video on.
You mean Jay Nicholson?
No, I'm talking about the.
Oh,
He's the-
okay.
Plagiarism.
Uh, yeah, plagiarism.
Yeah,
is
thank
the
you,
most
thank you.
recent one. It's also done one on the Roblox Oof.
Yeah, but like the plagiarism one is like the really famous one. At least as far as I'm concerned, that's the one.
Yeah, that one had a lot of like stuff.
That's really the only thing I know H Bomber guy from. So.
Fair enough.
Point is, I don't watch big dissection videos because I don't
you're
like
fine.
them.
Yeah.
I don't like them. So very seldomly I watch them, but I did watch the one about the Star Wars cruise, and that one was
Mhm.
fascinating.
Do you have a link to that?
Yeah.
I want to watch.
I
can
can
grab that right now.
I will just stick and grab it, and there you go.
Jenny Nicholson. Let me just load up her YouTube page.
Yeah, it was Jenny Nicholson.
Yeah,
It's like a
spectacular
four.
failure of the Star Wars Hotel.
It's
4
like a-
hours.
I did watch that one, and I thought it
Very
was
good video.
pretty good.
Yeah,
I've been wanting to look at this for a little while.
it's like a pretty just like casual.
Oh, that just opened on stream. Oops.
This is the stream now.
I enjoyed it. I watched through it while playing Warhammer, so.
Nice.
It is a good put on the background video.
Anyway, put that aside. It's a cruise. It's a inter-systems cruise
Right.
that the Susanna is on. For more
Yeah.
details about the cruise or its destination, that you will have to look into yourself. That you were not given.
The fact it's in space is probably a lot easier for us because it means it'll probably be a lot easier for us to sneak aboard.
Yep, we were told it would be, not too difficult to sneak aboard.
Yeah,
Yeah.
if we can
Or
get like uniforms up, we can just like slip into the staff probably. Look around. Well, I don't know what y'all's deception skills are.
Bad.
Yeah, okay. You
I
don't do that.
have
You
one
can be the
green die in
entertainment.
deception.
That's
Okay, so Bill can
pretty
be the
much
entertainment?
exclusively your job. We just have to fucking sneak aboard.
Yeah.
Look,
Yeah,
I will
just
stand
get me in
behind
there.
you and look threatening.
It'll work. Probably.
Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. So do we know the current location of the ship / just like its path, or do we need to
You
figure
do
that out
not.
ourselves?
You have to figure that out
Okay.
yourself. That's not information you were given.
Then in that case, it's probably best if we track down the actual company behind this this cruise, so we can get information on it.
Sure, it's not a bad idea.
So we know the
Yeah,
name of. Sorry.
Probably gonna have to go into Imperium space.
Yeah,
Oh,
probably.
To be clear, to be clear, loot means deep Imperium space.
Oh, I mean, yeah, that
Yeah,
makes
I
sense. They wouldn't
mean,
want
like-
the ship being in like
Center of the
danger.
galaxy kind of
One
stuff.
of the worlds we discovered was basically a, holiday world, wasn't it?
Yes. That would be Laranos in the Laranos system.
Hmm.
It's
Yeah,
a trade.
that-
It's a
that
trade
seems
hub
like a
and
good
a
idea.
vacation place.
Trying to think. We don't have Google in this universe, so we can't just look up
Mhm.
Susanna Cruz.
No, Google does not exist, despite the fact that some people think that's how the HoloNet works.
Yeah, that's not how that works.
HoloNet is a TV network.
Actually, you know what? If it is like a large like cruise company, we can probably just like look for ads. That would
That's
Yeah,
what
probably
that's why I
help.
suggested Loranos, because a great place to put ads for holiday destinations is a place lots of people go to holiday for.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you could go to Loranos. The question is, do you want to take the chance while you're here in Port Nova to do any kind of preparation before you leave?
I
Logan,
need-
what are our finances?
So we have about 1,400 platinum. I would like to repair my lightsaber. I don't remember how much it costs. Hang on. Actually, I could probably just
I
look
remember it's
back in our.
expensive.
It is expensive, yeah.
If it's light damage, and your lightsaber probably costs about 9,000, 10,000, light damage is a
10%
quarter.
of the total. I thought it was 10% for light damage.
I will very quickly double check.
So if your lightsaber is worth 9,000, which it is,
25% for a minor repair.
what am I thinking? Where am I getting 10 from? Is something else 10%?
I think those are that you're thinking of
Alright.
mods, maybe, and how much you can
Maybe.
reduce.
No, I think you're thinking of the price reduction for each
Oh, that might be the case.
advantage.
I had the
Each
number
advantage
10%
is
in my.
fun.
I had the number 10% in my head.
Yeah.
How much is it then?
Well, if you need money, like urgently, you could take up a loan.
We could pick up a loan.
I'm not saying that it's necessarily going to be ultimately a good idea, but
Mhm.
Yeah,
there are people
I'm just
on
looking
Port Nova
very
that will
quietly.
loan to you.
yeah. I'm just gonna very quietly stare at the person who already has a massive debt he needs to repay.
Yeah, I would
That
not recommend
reminds me-
taking out a loan.
Ted.
You don't need to take a loan out for 10,000, Logan. Yes, Dick.
I remember we asked last session. I don't remember what the payment like agreed upon was. I just know we
The
we asked
payment
for it.
that you agreed upon is that you are getting 9,000 platinum and a 40% discount on the Port Nova ship right.
Yeah.
Right.
That is
Which
the
we're
payment
basically
you
going to
agreed.
blow all that platinum on repairing hull trauma on the.
Yeah,
You negotiated him up from 8.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it was implied that we're getting that after we finish.
Yes.
Yes, that is the implication. I suppose you could ask. You could
could,
try
like,
and
try
barter
and
for a
like-
forward for like a
Yeah.
half payment up front.
Remember,
That is
every
I don't
credit
think
out of
the
that
whole
we.
trauma is even our main problem. We just have a lot of critical injuries we gotta clear.
Luke, what were you gonna say?
I was just going to say, remember, every credit you take out of that to spend on your lightsaber is less repaired our ship gets.
Yeah.
But again, there are plenty of people who will be happy to give you a loan.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm gonna fucking ring us out for all we're worth after. That's what I'm worried about.
hmm
I can't unless we take out a loan. I'm not gonna be able to afford to repair my lightsaber anyway. And with what
Okay.
this mission sounds like, I shouldn't be going into combat very often anyway.
We
So,
don't want to be fighting yet.
I'm not
At
too
least not
worried
there
about
yet.
it right now. I think we should focus on using that money for other stuff.
hmm
Okay.
We probably might need to use it in order to buy like fake uniforms and stuff to get onto the ship.
Yeah.
Theoretically, we're still not really there yet. We still need to actually.
We need to do
Uh,
some research on
Yeah.
Loranos, which Lute was talking about doing.
I concur with that.
So, is there no business you want to undertake here in Port Nova?
I don't think so.
I don't have any, so
You want to go and say hi to your buddy Cypher?
Well, we do not want to do this.
Unless Cypher's willing to just give us a loan pro bono, no.
It would not be pro bono, but if we needed to get a loan, I don't think he's the worst person we could get it from. We have a
Actually-
decent relationship with him right now.
Actually, I will buy some stim packs.
Yeah.
You lied!
Stim packs are always a good investment, yes.
I'm gonna
If we
get.
do want from... Sorry?
I'm just gonna get 3 stim packs. It's 25 credits or platinum.
Yep.
it has.
Alright.
If we do want information, we could also just skip the legwork and just ask Cypher.
Cypher is an information broker. He will always be able to tell you what you need to know for a price.
And considering I think this is like relatively minor information, we could probably just pay him for it.
with what platinum?
Well, with 1,000 platinum we have right now.
Not a
Like,
lot.
this isn't exactly like high effort information. This is, pretty minor work.
We're using him as a quick Google search kind of thing.
Yeah, we're using him as our Googler. Like, we could probably do this ourselves, but it will take time and potentially more resources. So it's really a matter of, do we want to skip the legwork and just ask Cypher or probably like pay his price, or do we want to do it ourselves?
I'm fine either way.
Yes, Iris.
I think it's probably better not to rely on Cypher if we don't have to.
I'm in agreement.
And why is that, Iris?
He's a
Because he's a
nasty guy.
motherfucker.
Oh.
Slimy, scummy motherfucker.
I hope you know you heard me say that.
Weird.
I'm sure he did.
Wouldn't it be fucked up if I had a character who broke the third wall and just know what you say about him?
God.
I
That
would
was
be
in
something.
our that was in Golden Flame with the crow.
What?
Yeah,
What?
That
There-
actually doesn't surprise me. That's some Lancer shit.
yeah. There was a character who was supposed to reappear if we ever mentioned if we did something specific. I don't remember what it was, Loot, but
If at any point during the epilogue of part 1 you mentioned even out of character that you wanted to see her again, she would just appear at your bedside.
right, yes. It was great.
I'll go old Toby Fox on your ass.
At least the
Oh,
music's
man.
pretty good.
Anywho,
Okay, so nothing on Port Nova. I'm just
Yeah.
once again seeking that confirmation.
I believe that's correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before you set off, as you're preparing to head out, and each one of you tending to various pieces of business, presumably aboard the Egret, or nearby on Port Nova. Sophia,
Hi.
Well,
Oh,
the wrath of 1,000 suns upon you.
okay.
Unfortunate.
This was, this was coming.
Yes.
No, you are approached as Serio makes his presence
Oh,
known.
no.
Because if you might recall, well, you might not recall, but to refresh your memory, when you arrived in Porto, he went off on his own for a little bit.
Yup.
So he is on the approach.
Scary.
Is there anything you would immediately like to do before he approaches you?
um.
oh no.
Why does it sound like I'm about to enter an encounter?
Because it's always an encounter. It's just not necessarily a combat encounter.
I take
So
the
with
aim
Mario,
out.
it could turn into that at any moment.
He has an effect on people.
I'm not gonna do anything in particular.
Okay, would you like to give me a perception check?
Sure.
Jeez.
Ooh.
Man,
You like hustle
You should,
it and stand.
You should invest a little bit of experience into some of your skills, I think.
Perhaps.
Either go ahead and give me a perception check. Make it at difficult. You know what? Hold on. Let me pull up Serio's stat block. Where is he? There he is. Make it against. Where is his? Where is it? There it is. Go ahead and make it at difficulty 3, please.
Okay. Difficulty 3.
Wow.
Oh,
All right. Well, we call it a success because it is a
Indeed.
success.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
You can see him before he gets before he gets close. You take a moment to perceive his the emotional outlook on him as he's approaching. If he looks angry or anything, doesn't seem like it. If anything, perhaps it's a little more sheepish.
Oh no. Oh,
He's
he's done
scared
something.
someone.
fish.
That's
I knew
that's
it.
so much worse.
Oh no.
Hold on, sorry. I said that and I immediately flashed something into my mind. I have to retrieve it. It's because as some of you well know, we've been playing a lot of Ace Attorney
Mhm.
as of late.
It's true.
Yes.
And saying that did flash a sprite into my head.
Oh no.
Just the saying sheepish made me think about this.
Go.
Oh,
You can't
Hey,
gumshoe eyes him.
They do not. There's very little in common between Detective Dick, Gumshoe, and Serio.
Okay, but like
Unfortunately.
Serio would show a kid his lightsaber, like Gumshoe shows a kid his gun.
That is true. He does just do that, huh? He just present his service weapon to Pearl. Anyway,
Hey kid, isn't this cool?
yeah, he makes his approach. He kind of like looks around and says, "You got a second?"
Always.
Steps a little bit away from the Egret is a much bigger ship. You can easily find privacy, plenty of places on this ship.
Yeah.
Step off into somewhere a little more remote. He kind of like looks around and says, "You guys look like you're preparing to head out."
Indeed. Unfortunately, we're strapped for funds as always, so we're getting ready to take on a job for some money.
Right. Okay. You know, you know what kind of job?
She grimaces deeply as she says, an abduction.
Right. Sounds like something Dara would fix out for you then.
It does.
I'm gonna head back to the Strider.
Okay.
He kind of gives crosses his arms and says, "I better get back to work. I'll be more used there than here with you. At least for right now."
Unfortunately, you're probably right.
He takes on. He kind of like looks away, like looks at kind of just nothing in particular around the room.
Mhm.
Didn't want to leave without saying bye, and without clearing the air a little bit more.
I see. Thank you.
He takes on and says, "Look, I don't expect you to understand. It's Okay.
Not doing
Yes,
that.
Logan.
What you doing there, Bogan?
Don't worry about it.
Bogey.
I see.
Maybe attempting sense thoughts. Don't worry about it.
That's fine. But in this house, you announce your intention and ask me to make if you
Okay.
can make the roll before you make it. If you made the roll, got the result you wanted, and then said you wanted to do it, I would not take that.
Fair.
Yeah, where was I? I lost my train of thought. Oh, no, never mind. Hold it. Like, I'm not expecting you to understand, because I don't think you could unless you're on my side of it, but I'm... God, like this is fucking stupid. I'm sorry I've been frustrated with you for dying.
God, sorry, that killed me for a second. Very funny sentence out of context.
No.
Um, um, God, how do I respond to that? After a moment, Sophia just says, "It's okay. Whether intentionally or not, I put you through something very difficult. And I don't expect you to process all of that within the span of a couple of months."
But he takes a few moments. He lets the silence hang a little bit before he's like, well, it's... Like, I don't know, I just didn't like it. And I didn't like feeling useless afterwards.
Oh man. That part I can understand to an extent anyway.
Oh no, sorry, you wanted to go on?
No, I want to hear what he has to say first.
Okay. He looks almost a little embarrassed before he rummages around in one of his pouches and pulls something out and offers it to you in a closed hand.
Okay. I will take it.
You receive. It looks like a necklace. It is a simple chain with sort of a kyber crystal-esque gemstone on the end. It's clearly not a kyber crystal, but it has that kind of like a shape and structure to it.
Interesting.
You know, it's got that like quartz look to it.
Yeah.
He's like, I want. He's like, here. Apparently, he kind of rumbles around and holds out a second one. Says, apparently these two are linked.
Linked.
He's like, I'm pretty sure it's a scam, but I didn't pay that much for it anyway, so I figured it's the thought that matters anyway.
Well, that was addressed.
It's
It's like that was my first thought. I was like, did he get scammed? Tourist trap toy.
Sophia kind of laughs a little bit, and she's like, "You're right. The thought is what counts. Thank you."
I just thought that if you had something, you could reach out to me if you're in danger. No matter where, okay?
I will. I promise.
Gives a Dovette, puts his pendant back in the pouch. I'm like, well, that was embarrassing. I feel thoroughly emasculated.
God.
You don't understand. I have spent the last 2 days rereading a large amount of Drowning Despair.
I see.
What is that?
It's a roleplay.
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha.
It's the source material where Sophia and Saria both come from.
Yes.
Yeah. How the fuck do I respond to that?
Not like that.
Not like that. Sophia just says, "There's nothing embarrassing about showing affection."
Just huffs a little. So, all right, I'm gonna go. I know some of the resistance pilots are gonna be here, and I'm gonna catch a ride back home with them.
All right.
And I'll let the boss man know what you're doing when I get back.
Thank you. I'll see you again soon, I hope.
Well, I hope so too. Just gonna head off.
There he goes.
What a guy.
What a guy.
The rest of you finish making your preparations, unless there's any follow-up scenes that want to be had aboard before you leave. All right, I'm gonna take that as a no.
Yeah, I don't think so.
You get ready and begin your travel back in the direction of Loranos. Along the way there, when you're most of the way, the Egret's holo communicator blips to life with an incoming signal.
Oh.
Yes.
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 Just gonna let it
You
ring.
call it a signal despite the fact that it's obviously a transmission.
True. That's correct.
Well, someone should answer that.
So, probably.
Or don't.
I'll
I
do
mean,
it.
that's fine too.
Thor will push a button and answer it.
We're aboard.
Go the voicemail. Oh.
Where roughly would you say everyone is aboard the Gazanti?
Well, if we're flying right now, Dara's probably on the bridge.
You're in the jump, so you know whether or not you feel it's necessary to stay on the bridge is up to you.
I think for now she will be in the bridge just because of overseeing things.
This, for the record, is the rough layout. It's not
I was looking for that,
1-to-1.
Thank you.
It's not 1-to-1 to this, but it has a similar approach.
Yes.
It doesn't have necessarily all the same accoutrements and everything, but it is a similarly laid out vessel.
Mm-hmm. Loth would probably just already be in the comms room.
Timothy would probably on one of the gunner suits.
Bacter's probably in the medical room.
I think Sophia will probably be in the comms room along with Lafkata.
Mm-hmm. Oh, random question. I just saw there's a captain's quarters on the ship. Does Sophia take that?
That's a great question.
Because if not, I'm curious.
I mean,
Where is the captain? Oh, there it is.
It's beneath the bridge,
Yeah.
the
Mhm.
cockpit, I suppose.
penis
strictly speaking, she is the captain, I think.
Yep, she is.
Mm-hmm.
So it would make sense.
Iris justifying it mentally.
No, 'cause, I mean, she's not.
I think it's very funny if the one in the captain's quarters isn't the one flying the ship.
I mean, the person flying the ship isn't necessarily the captain of the ship.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I know. I just think it's funny.
Yeah.
It's Sophia isn't the kind of person who would go for it, but it's a question of like, if she doesn't take it, then someone else is gonna. People are gonna fight over it because it's surely the
Yeah.
best room, right?
Well,
is.
it's the most private room.
You get your own bathroom.
You do get your own bathroom.
Actually, it's a refresher.
It is a refresher.
I'm gonna refresh you on some manners.
Anyway, I'm gonna say yes. Sophia took the captain's
Okay.
quarters.
All right.
Fun.
Okay. So Lafkata and Sophia are in the comms, the actual comms room.
Yeah. Probably around the time, like, basically as soon as it comes up, Loth is gonna just fucking pick up the phone.
Well, Hal would also be in there because he's a comms sensors operator.
Oh,
Mhm.
true. That would probably be.
He probably is the one that received it
Yeah.
first. It was like, hey guys,
yeah.
I got something.
You know
going
what? You're right. Hal sitting at at the he detects he turns out it. Commander,
Yes,
I got an incoming signal from an unknown source.
from an unknown source. I see. Patch it through.
He kind of like queries about that. You sure, Commander?
Yes.
Oh no. That was
Alright.
the first mistake.
He takes
Here
notes
we
as
go.
I'm going. He says, "One moment, I'm going to encrypt our end as best as I can." He takes a few moments, to do whatever he can to make it, difficult to trace the call or anything like that.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Not reveal where we are.
Yeah, as I said, he's just going to encrypt the call as best as he can before taking it.
That's fair.
Answering the comm, Lofkata and Sophia, you very quickly find yourselves surprised.
Yeah.
Oh?
That is a Hawk Aravalo.
Oh
Oh.
shit.
Oh
Well,
no.
All right, he's we know he's allegedly good. Allegedly.
Yeah, but
What the fuck is he doing calming us?
The last thing you really heard from him is that Miona went with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, Sophia looks visibly surprised for a second, and then she says, Governor Hawk, to what do we owe the pleasure? He is the governor of Secundum, right? I'm remembering that
correct.
correctly?
That's
Okay.
correct. Yeah. He's like, I will make this communication very brief. I have information that could be useful to you.
We're listening.
At first, I wasn't sure whether or not to pass on, but Knight Miona convinced me.
I see.
Oh, thank you, Stick.
Lovely.
I wanted to zoom in and read the text.
I understand. I tried to do the same. I couldn't. Thank you. This will.
Add this to the collection.
Yeah, I put it in my cloak.
The entire ship?
He's like, you recall 2 years ago when you were invited for dinner at my father's palace.
Vividly.
As you recall how he extended an offer for you to unlock a vault for him on Arcturus Prime.
Yes.
That will no longer be necessary.
You don't mean to say that he's already gotten the vault open?
That is exactly what I mean to say. He brute forced it open a few months ago.
Months ago?
He's like, look, I'm going to take that's in character.
Yes.
He's like, this is the first I'm hearing of it too.
That's a major problem.
Loth, like, head in hands against one of the terminals, just like, oh.
Out of curiosity, can this be heard in the cockpit as well? Like, is it like being like
if the
transmitted
door
too?
if the door isn't closed, then yes.
I would say probably not because they're mid jump.
Then yes, this is heard in the cockpit.
Mm-hmm.
In the cockpit, Crisp is keeping his eyes on the consoles. He is not. If he's listening, he's pretending not to.
Yeah.
He's being very polite. Al, unfortunately, is absolutely listening.
Sophia says, do you know if they've already located what he wanted from the vault?
That is where the good news comes.
They're still looking for it.
Not quite.
Not quite?
So they retrieved what was in the vault. It's just that what was in the vault wasn't what he expected.
I see.
My understanding is that they did indeed find a reliquary within the vault. Says, except within the reliquary isn't the item my father was expecting to find.
Do you know what he is? Do you know what he was expecting to find?
Says, not confidently enough to talk about it.
I see.
Says, anything I tell you now would just be speculation and wouldn't be helpful.
What did he find then?
There's a tablet.
Like a data pad?
There's old, more archaic stone.
I see.
Damn it.
Oh.
That being said, I am to understand things correctly. This tablet has the information to find the actual item in question.
Were you able to relay its contents to us?
I can do you one better.
Oh?
It says, how would you like to liberate the tablet?
That sounds like quite the bold plan. Am I to understand that your father hasn't seen the contents yet?
He has, but he himself doesn't understand it. He has a lot of his scientists working on translating it.
So if we can remove it from their possession, that will stall their efforts significantly.
Does not stop them. He has taken copies, but without being able to look at the original thing, it will certainly slow the pace and give you a clue.
If I can get my hands on the original copy, I could probably figure out what it says.
You
Perhaps
think
so.
It's worth a try.
Håkon raises an eyebrow. I see. The tablet is being researched at one of the Imperium's secure relic facilities. So getting in and getting out will not be easy.
As it usually goes.
Do you know how long you're gonna hold?
Sorry, hold that thought, Laurie. Just hold it.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this will without a doubt be one of the most dangerous things you will undertake.
I think at this point, like Dara like stands up from her seat and like walks over like to the doorway, but she's not gonna like interject. She's just like standing in the doorway listening.
As soon as you get up, Dara crisps. He's like, I have controls.
Thank you, Crisp.
Loth asks, "Do you know how long they're going to be holding it there?"
Until it's finished. Until they finish translating it, I assume.
Okay.
Says afterwards. I don't know. It might go to my father's personal collection, or he might destroy it.
If he's smart, he's going to destroy it. We need to get to it first. Well, we need to get it.
I cannot understate that this will be a dangerous undertaking.
More so than the prison break?
Significantly.
How long until it's finished translating?
I could not tell you.
Then we had best make it a high priority.
Shit. Right now,
He said the facility is held, as I said, in one of the Imperium's most secure research facilities. It's not a big facility, mind you. It's secure because of its location and the scarce knowledge of it.
I see.
Are you meaning to imply even you don't know where it is?
As it so happens, I do know where it is. Because there are very few things I do not have the clearance for. Conveniently for you.
Alright, so where?
It's on the planet Zide.
Side.
We haven't heard that name before, have we?
That's correct. That's a new plan for you.
Yep.
Okay.
Like this.
Called? Is that a C?
It's a Z and a C, yes.
Interesting.
Interesting.
Okay.
Hawk Goodings, generally speaking, an unremarkable frozen world. It has a few settlements on it with its native populace. Allow me to re-emphasize: frozen. You will require gear sufficient to help you stay in the far below freezing temperatures.
See.
Can't just use our old suits.
I believe those were made for high temperature environments.
They were made for heat. Yes,
Yeah.
heat and radiation.
Would not be worth much.
He's like, I cannot transfer any. Says I cannot transmit any form of plans or other such to you without being detected. You have to understand that my word is the only thing I can give you.
Of course.
It's valuable enough as it is. Thank you.
But you will not hope to make it there by ship. Your best bet is to try and infiltrate the station. Land somewhere on side and get a ride there. Try to infiltrate it. When you have the tablets, you will need to escape. So do not escape by vehicle. They will be able to track you. Escape by foot. That means, again, prepare for the frozen conditions.
Understood.
You may very well have to be prepared to survive in the frozen wilderness. It's perilous, but I wouldn't suggest it unless I thought it was necessary.
We'll keep that in mind. Thank you.
As I hope for your sakes you can pull it off. I do not know many that could. Says that most of the people that I know who could are no longer alive.
All right. Thank you for the information. We'll carry this out as soon as we're able.
He gives a note that I wouldn't be too tardy with it. The longer you take, the closer my father gets to decrypting the text.
Right.
He takes over and says, if you have any questions, I would ask them now. Once this line's terminated, you will not be able to contact me again.
Out of curiosity, this is unrelated to our current line of discussion, but I think if I will get an answer to this question from anyone, it is you. Sophia tilts her head for a moment as she thinks and says, do you think there's any reasonable possibility that your sister could be persuaded to join with our cause? The reasonable one, I mean.
Because you can see that he's about to say something. I was like, Emily, not Natalie.
Yes.
Yeah.
You kind of get say like there's an implicit. He doesn't say it, but there's an implicit. If you were talking about Natalie, the answer is no, absolutely not. He crosses his arms a little bit. It's like it's a curious question. Perhaps it's a possibility.
I've yet to ascertain what precisely motivates her.
He kind of gives it like a money.
Truly, it's that simple?
He shakes that and says, probably not. That's what she will claim. I think she likes the challenge of working on her own.
It's not like we
I
probably
see.
afford her anyway.
Says, no, I imagine you could not.
Sophia says, I've recently come to believe that perhaps more of your family presenting a united front, as it were, may serve to help illustrate to Vatil the...
He gives a nod, says, I understand.
You see the angle I'm going for. I think if anyone can get through to him, well, I doubt
will be
it will
us.
be. Precisely.
He takes some. He thinks. Emily has always had her pride. You like graduated with as high marks as she could from the Imperial Academy. So it's an easy career to Moth. But she didn't want that. She wanted to do her own thing. Or perhaps she thought it was too easy.
I see.
Despite our differences of opinion, he takes her and says, you would not persuade her to fight, to join you if your idea is to kill my father. She would be opposed to the idea.
I expected as much.
So it's both out of self-preservation and affection, I suspect. But if you can persuade her of your allegiance and your intention to resolve the matter without that as the end result, perhaps there's a possibility.
It's good to know. Thank you.
What about you? How do you intend for this to end?
He kind of like quirks his eyebrow on the hologram. He's like, I thought my intentions were quite clear by giving you this information.
I mean, how do you want this to end regarding your father?
Alive, preferably.
Understandable.
Say what you will about him, he is my father, and despite his flaws, of which there are many, he's always cared for us. And from a young age, we were taught that family matters more than most things.
At that, Locke kind of
That Sophie kind of goes quiet for a second.
Locke kind of like looks down at he kind of like averts his gaze, kind
Yeah.
of like thinking about that specific line,
Mm-hmm. After a moment, Sophia says, "Do you mind if I ask a question of a sensitive nature? Potentially,
Okay.
anyway."
We cannot promise that I will answer it, but go ahead and ask.
If I could do so without expectation of retaliation, which I know I cannot, I would ask your father directly, but what of your mother?
Just mine or Emily and Nathalie's?
Oh,
I see. She looks a little surprised for a second, and says,
No, sorry. In that moment, of surprise, he's like, ah, yes. I'm assuming you didn't notice on account of the family resemblance. Yeah. He is, of course, distinctly not Twi'lek.
I gotta be
Raises an
honest,
eyebrow
I
at
did
her.
kind of forget that Hawk wasn't a Twi'lek for a second.
To be fair, listen,
Um,
Mateo is human.
Yes.
Yeah,
Well,
no.
yeah, but
that's not.
that's not the point. The point is that he
Yeah.
has children that are you have two Twi'lek daughters and a human son.
Yeah,
Yeah.
she like thinks for a second, and she's like, "That does make sense. I simply hadn't considered it." I suppose that partially answers my question in its own right.
He takes a moment, like, I do not know much about Nathalie and Emily's mother. She died before I was born.
Ever since we learned of, well, that the three of you had been revived as well, and since a more personal experience that I won't delve into at the moment, I've been wondering why your father hasn't chosen to revive either of them.
I have been wondering the same thing.
How much do you know about the resurrection process? Is it not possible for them?
He takes a moment, kind of like, that's a possibility. It might be possible he's only able to do it those related to him by direct blood, hence us.
Interesting. Do you think there's any possibility that your own mother would disapprove of what Vitila's doing?
He chuckles a little. My mother was a woman by name of Lana Benico. A pragmatic Sith Lord, much like my father.
I see. I take that as a no, then.
She might not approve of all of it, but she would certainly get behind him. Says they were oft aligned in vision.
Very curious. Well, that's all I wanted to know. Thank you. I believe I have no further questions. She looks at Lafkata and Dara.
None from me.
Loft shakes his head.
What were you saying, Stick?
None from me.
He gives a nod. Says, we will speak again at some point, no doubt. It just won't be anytime soon. Again, I cannot express enough that this will be a dangerous mission. I cannot guarantee your lives. But you might think it's worthwhile anyway.
We wouldn't still be doing here if we valued them that much.
I suppose not.
Hmm.
He's like, oh, one thing before I disconnect. My father is, I'm sure you're already aware of this, but my father is working on some kind of super weapon.
Yeah.
It's something that he claims will allow dominion over the greater galaxy.
Do you know its nature?
I do not. Let's see. So he takes over that he doesn't talk to me about these matters anymore.
Does he suspect you?
I cannot say. It wouldn't be a foolish thing for him to do. I just thought you should be aware. He's like, for your own sakes and for the resistance. If that thing says, if the super weapon finishes, that will be the end. There will be no point in the resistance if he is able to finish it.
Sophia looks a little disturbed and then says, do you know if the Imperium's Kyber mining operations have anything to do with it?
It's possible. He takes it on and says, hard to say. A lot of the kyber mining goes into weaponry.
Which makes sense.
Arming the knights is an expensive and considerable effort.
So I would assume. Well, I believe we have preparations to make. So
He gets another that. Good luck to you. He's going to terminate the call there.
alrighty.
With the call end, Halcon looks over and says, connection terminated, Commander.
Well, that was
Something.
Out of character, how long did we have to complete the bounty?
I mean, it's your most pressing match. Well, I can't say it's your most pressing match, but it is. You are on your way to do it now, so.
Yes, we don't have
Yeah,
a specific
yeah.
time limit, but the cruise will only last so long.
The cruise, actually, you know this. The cruise is a 2-week
Yeah,
cruise.
2 weeks.
It's about a week underway.
okay. Since we're already on the way, we might as well see if we can get it out of the way and get some ship repairs done before we go into the bigger job.
Yeah.
From my perspective, you can, as GM, you can obviously go do this right away, but doing so will make you lose this the cruise opportunity. You will not be back in time from the previous job, from the heist. You will not be back in time to resolve both. If you do that way.
Right.
It'd be best if we took care of this bounty first so we can be properly prepared.
Not to mention that start preparing your relationship with Emily.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But of course, if you do deem, of course, the research is ticking, and it will be ticking while you're doing this mission too. So.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! Wait, oh damn it! I should have asked him how long ago the research started. I don't know if it would really give us a great timeline.
He didn't really have any real idea. It seemed like.
Yeah.
Like how far?
I mean, they cracked the vault open a couple months ago.
Yeah.
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 Okay. Yeah,
So
that makes sense.
Presumably, there a couple months underway.
Yeah.
Yeah, Dara asked how much longer there was, and he just said he didn't know. So
Well, yeah, because
Yeah.
research is in actuality random and unpredictable.
You don't know when you're gonna have a breakthrough. You cannot predict a breakthrough in research.
Tez has a clock for GM purposes, but we're not allowed to see that clock.
I do have a clock for GM purposes.
wow.
I think we should bolt through this mission as fast as we can.
This one shouldn't be that bad.
I have more than a couple of different clocks for GM purposes.
Oh yay! We actually
several
can
we
see
can
several
see.
of them.
Yeah.
You can see 2 of them.
I
Yeah.
think we can reasonably
true.
bolt through this mission, get some repairs in, and then bolt to the lab. But we will need to spend. We need money regardless to get the suits that we're gonna need to be on
Yeah.
the planet. So I think
We
this,
need,
need to do
suits,
this.
Yeah,
Otherwise,
ship
we take a
repairs. We
loan.
probably want your lightsaber repaired before we go into the mission.
Ugh.
It's gonna be a rough one.
I personally can live with a damaged lightsaber.
Minor damage obviously sucks, but if we're being completely honest, it's not that bad.
Yeah, it's
a
not
single,
debilitating.
yeah,
A single setback is fine. You
Yeah.
can very much cope. You
I
have so
would
many
rather
ways to
live
hit
with that and
Okay.
get all of the other stuff we need, like repairs on the ship and the suits.
Yeah.
Before we handle
Wait,
the
actually,
lightsaber, because
You
I'm
have
that-
a lot of ways of just offsetting or negating that one setback. It's
Yeah.
not a big deal.
I'm a
was
decently
gonna-
strong lightsaber user. I can handle it.
I was gonna say, Bogan, do you have a custom grip on your lightsaber already?
Hang on,
Because that
no,
removes the
I don't
setback
believe I do.
dice. Okay, that's like only 500 credits. So like we could probably pick one of those up pretty soon. And that will get rid of your setback dice.
Yeah, I've been looking at a bunch of mods for my lightsaber. I just don't have the money right now, or
Yeah, no,
I haven't
totally.
like. It's not only a money thing. I need to be able to find the parts for it, which is not easy.
Yeah.
Right. What did you say? What it was?
Custom grip.
Custom grip.
Custom grip.
Okay.
There's also a mod that adds accurate +1. It's one of the universal weapon attachments.
Well, it doesn't matter because you will not be able to get it right for a bit. Anyway.
Right now, no.
No.
In fact, sorry, just on each major faction has at least one clock that you can't see.
Yeah, it makes
Mhm.
sense.
Oh boy.
They're actively working towards their own goals.
Yeah.
The Imperium has multiple, as you might imagine.
Oh, scary. Yeah, so I think we really just gotta do this cruise mission, get the guy, get out.
We gotta lock
Um,
in.
All right. Well, you arrive at Loranos.
Mm-hmm.
In the Loranos system, and you make your way to the planet Loranos.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Park up, make way down to capital city here on Loranos, which is much like last time you were here. Still looks like a tourism trap. We're talking massive beachfront properties with beachfront properties, large beach heads that you can see with like chairs and installations, tall hotels and large luxury resorts. There's a lot of like entertainment arenas within the city. It's very much an entertainment city.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You land, make your way in. Welcome back to Loranos, my friend. What is the goal? What's the plan?
Well, we can either go looking for advertisements to find out like what kind of resort cruises there are, or we could just probably just like ask around since like just like pretend, oh, I'm interested in like some sort of luxury cruise and see where that leads us.
If we know that the cruise ship is on this planet, we could ask where they're docked and act like tourists. and
The
be
cruise
like,
ship is not here. It's currently already out. The cruise has already started.
It's already started.
Oh, it started from
Yeah.
here and it already left.
Well, we have no idea where it started from. I just
Yeah, no, that's what we're
suggested
trying to
it
find
because
out.
it's a
Oh,
massive
okay.
tourism planet, and thus it's likely to have information relevant.
We know that there's
Sorry,
a cruise ship and
yeah.
that it's currently out now. We're trying to find out more information about it.
I'm just mistakenly
You wanna-
inserting my
yeah.
own information.
You're fine.
Fair
Uh,
enough.
I believe the idea Lute suggested is that because this is such a vacation hub, you are prone to find information about the company or the ship here.
Yes.
Because it is a cruise.
This
That is my
true.
understanding of what Lute was suggesting by coming
Yes.
here.
Yeah.
You head out of the spaceport, I assume, at least. Or do you want to just be in the spaceport?
I mean, there are ads in the spaceport, right?
Yes.
I'm
plenty.
just going to say, I'm not going to unequip him for my sheep, but for the sake of, not standing out like a sore thumb, Bacta is not bringing his weapons and is in civilian clothes.
Yeah, plain clothes.
Work.
I acknowledge that, but in my head, I'm seeing Bacta in like knee-length shorts and a Hawaiian shirt.
You know how like Captain America
Yeah.
who's undercover like has just like the baseball cap on? That's the fit I'm imagining.
Yeah.
I mean, we are in a
Quote,
Disney
unquote,
product.
undercover.
So
Yeah.
God.
Are you saying that Bacta's distinctly wearing a Captain America hat?
No, it's there's there was like a joke where like there are like a couple movies where Captain America has to go undercover and he just like wears like basically just like a normal outfit and like a baseball cap and that's his undercover look.
yeah, no, the traditional Marvel I am a civilian outfit is a hoodie, baseball cap, and sunglasses.
I
Yeah.
see. Okay. AKA the most
It's happened
suspicious
multiple
look.
times to multiple
Exactly.
characters.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Ironically.
Okay.
Oh, sorry.
You again, Loranos. You're here for information.
Yep.
There's many ways to find. You can just scope out advertise. You can try and find a traveling agency. All sorts of things. What you're here for,
Traveling.
most importantly, is the You're mostly looking to find out where the Susanna is right now, or where it's going next. That's the most useful
Right.
information you can find.
Right, the two leads I can think of is if we can find some sort of brochure or advertisement, or since we know the name of a ship, if we can find some sort of itinerary or even just a tracker.
Indeed. Yeah, there I'll go look around for like a travel agency. Like,
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah.
that's
From
what I
the
do.
Stick, give me a perception check. Difficulty.
Okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and say
love
normal with 2 setback, just because
Oh, yeah,
the
setback?
place is so crowded.
Oh, okay. So normal difficulty 2 setback.
Yep. You, as the party kind of just looks around, you've left the spaceport itself, and I'm looking kind of out on the the large front plaza, where there's like a bunch of transit leading deeper into the city and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
Dara, you stop by and look at like a large, like billboard essentially that's like shifting image. You spot an image up there that is in fact explicitly talking about the star star yacht Susanna.
Oh, great. Is there more identifying information on it?
It says that if you would like to book a ride on the Great Susanna, go to the Galaxy Travel Agency.
Is that Galact like -C?
It's like this.
Yeah, that's a travel agency.
Yeah.
That's good.
Hold a second, I need to roll discipline to resist a pun. I think that's difficulty 3 upgraded twice.
Go ahead.
There's a built-in DC.
Yeah, no, Bacta just groans loudly.
I guess that's marketing.
It could be a lot worse.
You hear like an elderly human couple next to you like, oh, that looks like a nice cruise. They was like, yes, I liked the company name.
Very memorable.
Says there's like a 50-50 shot percent chance that those are planted influencers.
Oh my god. That's so
You know what?
real.
Don't read their minds to find out.
I have that power. I could do that.
She's just curious.
I
I'm just
felt like
kidding.
there's a little bit of an abuse of power there.
God forbid
Yeah.
women do anything.
Yeah, no, unfortunately,
She's
Stick's right.
installing an
This
ad
version-
blocker.
At this point, Sophia at this stage in the campaign would not do that. In ETF, she would have done that. But we're Jedi mode now.
No,
and-
I have that block.
you-
I get 2
you-
boost dice. So
You read the wife's thoughts. She's like, I wish my husband wasn't cheating on me. You read the husband's thoughts. He's like, I wish I was with my mistress.
God.
God.
Jesus. Ugh.
Anyways, we now have the Galaxy Travel Agency.
You've unlocked the fast travel marker for the Galaxy Travel
Mhm.
Agency.
I'm just gonna open the menu, hold down the button.
Yeah, you would just
Little
head there
animation
to
plays.
their offices.
Yeah.
Yeah. You catch some transit deeper into the city and find their offices. It's nothing super massive.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a traveling agency. It's big. It's a nice big building with like lots of adverts outside. There's like large hologram displayed like infotronics that they're like big like round tubes with like information going around them that lists prices and journeys and whatnot that you can take. And are two. There's like a sleek front reception counter in there in the lobby, you know, with like two two receptionists work there, clearly picked because they are attractive and look appealing.
Yeah.
Like, as when someone looks in.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, are all 5 of us like walking up to the counter together, or are some people staying outside?
Great question.
Lop is gonna
I
stay
think
outside. He's not good with this.
He's not good with attractive women.
Timothy's
What?
gonna stay outside too. Wow.
Holy!
Okay,
Oh my
Timothy's staying
God.
outside. Got it.
Timmy and Lafkata both. What about our good buddy Bacta?
Bacta's gonna come in and pretend to be a bodyguard in plain clothes.
That, you know what? That makes sense.
Like, you know,
He can't look normal,
the-
but he could be like he's pretending to look normal.
yeah, like a bodyguard that is like very clearly a bodyguard pretending to not be a bodyguard. Because, you know,
Plain
if we
clothes
want to go
guy
to a
agent.
tourism agency, we want to appear rich. And what do rich people have?
Bodyguards.
True.
Yeah.
Bodyguards. No, good.
Right.
Yeah.
So Dara and
Shit,
Sophia
okay,
then,
I thought of that.
and
Yep.
Bacta
Okay.
in the background. Okay.
You approach. Do you want to approach the Tolothian receptionist or the Rhodian receptionist?
This feels like a charged question.
Yeah.
Which one seemed like the more senior employee?
You couldn't fucking tell.
Actually, hang on. I'm curious.
They both
I-
have the vibes of like they're 20. This is their summer job from college.
You know, Iris, the longer you linger on this question, the worse it looks.
I didn't know.
Just imagine two innie meanies side by side.
Oh my god.
True. They're doing like
Okay.
the animation.
No, see, I had to look it up because I didn't actually know off the top of my head what Telothians looked like.
Yes, they're not mentioned frequently, which is a shame.
Yeah.
In fact, as far as I think, pretty sure there's only one major Thalothian character in Star Wars, and it's the fucking Jedi. What's her name?
Yeah.
Whatever.
We'll go to the Rhodian.
Okay. You approach the blue-skinned Rhodian. She looks up from typing at her, displayed keyboard. And you're like, "Hi."
Hello.
And welcome to the Galaxy Traveling Agency, where we make all your dreams come true.
Oh my god.
Oh god, hang on. I have to decide what kind of front Sophia would put on for this.
Well, she's like, I'm ABBA. What can I do for you?
Uh, oh god, let me think. Okay. She's like, well, we happened to see the the board advertising the Susanna cruise on the way here, and we couldn't help but be interested.
The
We'd like to
Susanna
know.
is like one of our best sellers. Sorry, she got like, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off there. What were we gonna say?
Could
That's
you tell us
all
more
right.
about it?
Yes, please.
Oh, okay. Well, so she taps away at her keyboard and like, one of the holographic displays on the reception counter like displays an image, like a projection of the ship as it, slowly spins.
I think
This-
Daryl
this-
like glanced at Sophie with a smile, like it's just that easy.
This is the Star Yacht Susanna, and one of our flagships, one of the flagships of the Galaxy brand. She's about 80 years old, and I know she looks great for her age.
That's in character. Sophia does like a fake
Yeah.
laugh.
Yeah. Like she has a set route that she likes to take. The cruise lasts typically about 2 weeks unless we divert from the set route for any particular system phenomenon that the company wants to highlight, or for some certain specials we go on. She has a total of 800 rooms. It says we sell a bunch of tickets for. You can choose to stay for either 3 days, 7 days, or the full 2 weeks.
Wow.
See.
You said 800 rooms? Do you have like a data pad showing the layout? All the amenities?
Oh well, if you want the amenities, she taps a little bit, and the hologram kind of like dissects itself, highlighting different rooms within. It's clearly not like a blueprint. Like it's not a map of like. It doesn't show every individual room. It just shows like major locations.
Yeah.
So it's not a good reference point to traverse the interior of the ship for, but it's for highlighting specific amenities.
Yeah.
So, well, she comes with a fully equipped spa that's ready to handle everyone's need, a pool, a casino, several day lounges, as well as a very lucrative set of night lounges. So we have 5 big dining halls for different meals of the day. We sport an incredible breakfast bar featuring delicacies from across the basin.
I see.
Random question. Are there cameras in this room?
In the reception, yes, for sure.
Okay.
Say that out loud.
God! She has eyes!
This reception is like, the front room of this like entire travel engine. It's like a slightly curved, like back where outside where Timmy and Lockhart is, it's like a slightly curved large glass wall with a bunch of holographic displays, and people could look in and out readily. And there are like clearly cameras in here.
Sophia like nods along animatedly as she goes over all of the amenities and everything. And then she's like, hang on, let me think. What destinations does the Susanna usually visit? Is there a what do you call it? She like looks at Dara for a second as she snaps her fingers like she's trying to remember.
Like, do you mean like an itinerary?
Yes, an itinerary.
Oh yeah, I mean totally. And like the Susanna stops by 7 major astral phenomenon within the local area. and spends about a day around them so that everyone can enjoy the marvelous sights of the basin.
Ooh.
Dara's playing the unimpressed side of things.
We're just going like this is like good cop, bad cop, but for tourism. Sophia's like, what kind of astral phenomena? I don't have the opportunity to let me think. She's like, I don't have the opportunity to go sightseeing in space as much as I'd like.
I mean, all sorts of stuff, you know. She lists some examples that I can't give you because I don't know astral phenomena well enough
Fair enough.
to give you a good idea of it. She takes a moment and says, as of recently, we actually expanded the capacity, the route of the Susanna to include a visit by a neutron star. Very exciting stuff.
Ooh.
So would you like to book rooms?
I think Dara's good. Like, sorry, you have
Yes, I have. Yes, I have an idea.
Okay.
Sophia makes a show of thinking about it for a moment, and she says, "We'll have to check our schedules. Is there a brochure or anything we could take with us to review all of this?"
She's like, oh, well, I mean, if you would like, here you go. She retrieves a small data chip and puts it on the counter. Here you go. You can plug this into any standard tablet, and it'll give you some information.
Thank you very much. I'm sure we'll be back soon.
You should know that Susanna's currently out on one of her cruises. She won't be back here for like 7 or 8 days, I think.
I see.
Okay.
7 or 8 days.
But Laranos here is her home port.
Well, all right then. I suppose we should be on our way then.
All right. Well, if you need anything else at any point, just come back on by. All right.
We will. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
That Rodian definitely thinks you two are dating, right?
Yeah, I mean,
I had like a whole thing to lead into if I needed to. It would have been funny.
Good God.
Oh, Lord.
You step back out of the reception of the Galaxy Traveling Agency.
Well, that was simple. I think she like reaches her hand out for the data chip. Mindfi.
right ahead. Sophia just hands it over.
She just like plugs it into herself.
You bite into it like a potato chip.
Mm.
a juicy morsel.
Thanks, I was hungry.
What flavor is it?
Chip.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. That's fair.
Mercury.
Mercury.
All right, what's on the data chip exactly? I presume it doesn't have the exact specifications, obviously.
No, it is. I mean, it's the digital form of a brochure, right? It's a digitized traveling brochure because they're not going to hand you out fucking paper brochures
Why not?
because it's Star Wars.
I know.
It's Star Wars. It's not called paper. It's
Yeah.
called flimsy.
They're not
They
going
do
to
have
fork out
the
of
cruise
it.
path though, don't they? Because they advertise that as part of it.
It advertises the cruise's path, yes.
Okay, well that's pretty good for us.
Which means you can see that it does. It does this. This is the cruise's path.
Oh, Pac-Man.
The reverse Pac-Man.
I was thinking like a lily pad.
She said they stay at each destination for 1 day, right?
Yeah.
So
Right, and they're a weekend.
with that information, we should be able to estimate like almost exactly where they are right now. I think.
The
Or
most
at least
likely
where they're
is that
going
they
next.
are around this stretch here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, not a guarantee, but
whoa.
that is they're probably about that stretch somewhere along the outer edges of
Yeah.
Imperial space there.
It shouldn't be that hard to stake out the path.
It shows that they stop by, they stop by like places like Serazan and stuff like that.
You know what? I do have a question. Is there like I assume there's like levels of like suites and stuff.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
How many of the most expensive kind are there?
It prominently displays it does display the prices for the different types of rooms. They have like 6 tiers of room, getting more and more expensive.
What's the highest tier? Like how many of like the highest tier are there?
That would be their master suites, of which they have 10.
Okay, that's
Ooh.
10 different like likely rooms for the governor's son, because
By the way,
he's gonna take the nicest.
You can tell the master suite costs a master suite ticket costs a lot of money.
You could buy a plan with that.
About 125,000 credits.
Jesus Christ!
Wow.
Oh my lord. Whew.
With their cheaper rooms, the ones they have the most of, note that they run for about 1,000 credits. But it also specifically says there's an asterisk, and it says that the company may increase prices based on availability.
Of course.
They're so
Uh.
fucking different.
The next tier of room is about double the price of the basic rooms. So,
Oh.
so while the basic rooms probably cost about 1,000 platinum, effectively they go for probably 1.5, 1.6 on average, because they will increase the prices.
Yeah.
The fucking poor
Yeah.
tax.
Yep.
I mean, what they probably do is that they release the tickets in batches, so that they can claim that there's little availability in each batch because there's a limited number of tickets released at once.
Yeah.
Pretty fair.
It's not fair. In fact, it's very scummy.
Fair for them.
Yeah.
Fair for them, but not for
I would
the
say
customer.
unfair because they're very much stacking the deck, but different kind of unfair.
Don't you love shady business practices?
I am legally obligated to say yes. It is in my contract.
Yeah, my
True.
contract is also saying yes. So
I am
You
literally
guys
the
have
capitalism robot.
contracts.
I am the capitalism robot.
Oh,
I just kind of showed up at the rebellion one day, and they said, "All right, great, you're in."
You have a tiny. Dara has a tiny Mr. House in her head.
Oh, what does that
What
mean?
is Mr. House?
Yeah, from
from Fallout New Vegas.
yeah.
Oh, I thought you meant Doctor House, like the doctor dude. I'm like,
No.
Yeah,
oh,
that's
hate
that's what
capitalism.
my mind went. to. It's like, what?
I did have a moment of wait, Doctor House? No, wait, that doesn't make sense given the context.
Isn't his name House? I thought his name was House.
Yeah, no, it is.
Yeah, it is-
House.
it is
There's just
House.
multiple
It is.
houses.
Yeah.
It's a Robert
Robert
House, I
House.
believe.
Yeah, right.
What is this guy
Yeah,
have a
and his
house
name
building?
is his middle name is given, but I forget.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's
Okay,
one of
so-
the few things I remember from that shitty game. Anyway.
Damn.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
Wow, going for the throat.
No, I was just lining myself up to do a drive-by.
His middle name is Edwin.
Wow, that's a bullet almost to the head.
Almost.
I didn't actually get
You
through my
fucking
damage
missed.
roll, sorry. Okay, so we have the general path of the ship. We have basic details on its layout. It would be nice if we get like the actual blueprints, though.
No, I don't. You would have to
That'd be like a whole robbery itself.
You would have to probably like hack into the galaxy's databases to get that, and that's
Yeah.
a risk you could undertake. But I don't know if it's really worth
Either
it.
that, or we need some very specific connections to.
Well,
put
we do
together.
have one very specific connection.
Yeah.
I mean, Cypher almost definitely has it.
But
But again, that's
Roger.
we probably don't want to do that.
again, we should be relying on him as little as possible
little-
because
yeah.
there's
But-
always some shit
We
with
can
Cypher.
try and just like pull our shit now with what we know now. We have like a decent plan now. We just gotta shake down the
Worse, we can slice the emergency
Please.
plans off the ship itself.
Yeah. Do we want to try in? Actually, I don't know. I'm about to way overthink that. I was gonna say how we're gonna get uniforms. Like Dara can just like knock some guy out and take his shit. Like it's not that hard.
Honestly, I think the
Wait.
harder part will actually be getting aboard the ship.
Yeah, I was gonna say the hardest part is like sneaking on without like,
The moving cruise, we're
Being
gonna
caught?
have trouble with that. Yeah.
it's a moving cruise and we're in a decently sized ship.
Oh yeah, no, the Egret cannot stealth up on
Yeah.
the Citadel. That's what's happening.
I presume. The ship doesn't like stop at any of these like locations. It just like flies by them, right?
I mean, it stays by several locations.
But it never docks, right?
No, it does dock.
Oh, okay.
It has to because some of the cruise plans, remember, you only stay for part of the
Oh.
trip, so there would have to be a place they stop for people to get off because they didn't pay for the whole trip.
Yeah.
If that's the case, we can just try and sneak on next time it docks.
It also stops at some of the tourist attractions, that like some of the sites, the ones that
Yeah.
aren't like planet side or something like that.
We can just like enjoy the cruise until like we're nearing our next stop, then kidnap the guy and leave. We can have our guys, our clones, like have the ship on the planet so we can like get there and then fly off. Yeah, because like it goes like it moves to the next
Stop.
decision per day. So
Yeah, it's not the worst plan.
yeah, I think that actually works pretty decently. Then we can do we
Sneak
sneak on
on
next
during
time
one
it
stop,
docks.
sneak off during the other stop.
Mm-hmm.
And by sneak off, I mean shoot our way out because I know how this is going to go.
Well, you don't know that.
I look at my stealth skills, I know how it's going to go.
You guys can just like hide in a box the whole time. Meanwhile, Dara can go like enjoy the cruise because she has a decent lying skill.
This is the path of the. I thought I'd draw it as you have it in more permanence.
Very good.
Waka waka waka.
Well, you see, if I do this, it becomes a night helmet.
True.
It's fun.
Or he like
That's
stitches
actually
mouth
funny.
closed. No, Iris.
I was wondering how long it would take you anyway.
Okay, yeah. So I think we just want to go stop by. Actually, we should probably just work out the plans with the clones, like where they're gonna land, because they can drop us off on planet and then they'll go to the next planet to wait.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Based on
Hey.
the plans that you have, there is a stop here. There's a stop here, and then Arcturus.
We
Okay.
probably want to get off before we get to Arcturus.
Yeah. So either getting on,
Yeah.
like, we got a couple opportunities there. Then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
based
I-
off our maths of how far it's gone, we can get on the ship here before the ship gets there, right?
Yeah, we're probably like faster than the
We
cruise. 'cause
we
the
need
cruise
to
is
be
like taking
quick
its
with
time.
this. We need to like
Yeah.
get on as soon as possible, grab the guy, and fucking leave ASAP.
Yeah, so that's
Well,
what
we're
I'm
gonna
saying. Because based off our maths, we can get to here before the cruise gets here, right?
Mhm.
You're going to board either here or here. One of these two is where you're probably going to be able to
Mhm.
board.
Right.
We're going the lower one.
We'll want the earliest one, so.
Yeah. Okay.
Because
so,
ideally, we also want to get off before this, because we don't know what planet it is, but it is in core Imperial space.
Yeah.
Yeah. So is our current plan then we sneak
Yeah,
on,
head here.
then we wait for then to get the next docking spot, then we grab the guy and leave.
Yeah.
We probably
That
want to
all-
grab the guy before we dock, but
Because that does mean you will be
We'll be on board for a
spending
day.
a day or two aboard the actual cruise.
A day or two is
I think
it's
fine
fair.
if. I think a day or two is going to be fine for the.
We
Tablet
will
thing.
honestly probably need that day just to find the guy.
It
and
is,
work out
yeah.
his routine.
Yeah.
We have 10 suites to narrow down if we want to take him from his room.
Mhm.
And we also have to worry about this bodyguard. We need to like learn her whole shtick and how to deal with her.
Keep in mind, you don't know what the bodyguard looks like or their identity.
Right.
That was a point that was brought up specifically.
Yeah, that's a bit we got like a mystery to solve basically.
You do know exactly what the governor's son looked like. You know exactly what Rade looks like.
Public
You have
figure.
his hollow. You have a bust shot hollow. You know.
Mhm. Give me you get to seduce him. No reaction? Okay.
No.
Anyways.
All right. Well, looks like
Oh,
you have a plan.
Yeah, we
Yep.
were just gonna go stop by the docking area. And then
All right.
we'll
So
wait for
you're just gonna head here.
The question is, do we want to sneak on with like the main rich people, or are we gonna try and get into like the supplies?
Well, they're going to be checking tickets, almost definitely.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah,
sense.
so we got
we
Or
probably-
stowaways.
We probably want to stow away on like the luggage or some shit.
Well, I mean, you could always try to talk your way through the boarding pass check.
Friendly reminder: I am capable of the Jedi mind trick. That is the
That's
thing I can do.
true. That could actually be good
yeah,
for us, 'cause then you
do
can
have
guess
to-
the system.
You should know that there is a 50-50. There's a good likelihood that whoever checks the boarding pass is a droid.
That's a good
That's
point.
also true.
Oh,
Like,
Yeah.
I don't want you to feel like I'm just springing that on you when you get there, but like there is a
It does
strong possibility
make
that a
sense.
droid checks passes.
yeah.
Okay.
So we're gonna
can
leave
pro-
stowaways on the cargo bay then.
I think we can probably work it either way, but cargo seems like the smarter play.
Cargo, staff,
Yes.
plan of a team.
We have
Okay.
some decent options, yeah.
You're gonna head here either way. That's the plan.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
You leave Laranos, presuming
Yes.
that you don't have anything else to do. What was that, Stick?
I just checked my XP and I was like, oh my god.
You head for Lorano. You leave Loranos and head out. Couple of hours in transit before you come out in the system here. The system doesn't seem to have anything particularly remarkable going on. There is a partially broken planet. It looks like it suffered like an asteroid impact and has like big chunks of planet drifting from it slowly.
Ooh.
There is a small moon orbiting around it. That is probably where the cruise is going to be right now. You make your way down, I'm going to assume.
Yeah.
Sure enough, this is this little moon seems to be perfectly habitable. Also has you notice almost immediately as you descend down that the entire fucking skyscape of this moon is dominated by the sight of this shattered planet.
Oh,
Yeah.
all right.
Sure enough, as well, there is a large local town here with a very large luxury cruise yacht docked outside. The town is like this is the equivalent of like imagine like a super luxurious jet parked outside like of an old rural Italian town. That's what this looks like. Like a small, a decently sized stone town where the buildings are all made out of predominantly stone.
God, that's that's really funny.
Presumably, you get off here. You have the clones take command of the ship, and they're going to leave.
Yep.
Yeah.
I am going to do I have done on the trip, done my best to stash all my items into
Yes.
backpacks
Please,
Bad.
please make sure, gang. Right, you're entering a small segment where you will not have access to the egret. Make sure that if you want to stow away anything from your person onto the egret,
Got it.
do so now.
Okay.
Because I'm distinctly giving you a put away anything you don't want. If you don't put it away, I'm gonna assume it's on your person.
Okay.
I think I'm gonna grab my disguise kit just in case.
Yes, Iris.
I probably don't need my wilderness survival kit in there.
I don't think I need my repeating cannon.
I
That's
am
okay.
going.
That would be
Put on a cruise. Ugh.
Stick. Speak. Stick. You have the chip. You can tell it's very clear in the terms and conditions of the cruise. Weapons are not allowed on board.
As in, they'll be detected, or they're just not allowed.
They will be checked for, and they're not allowed. If a passenger is caught with a weapon, they will be detained and escorted off the vessel as soon as possible.
Okay.
There is an exception to for obviously cruise personnel like security can be armed, and personal bodyguards for members for board holders with certain tickets.
Okay.
Alright, so you need to convince them I'm a bodyguard, because otherwise I can't bring my rifle.
That being said, Jamie has the right idea. The repeating cannon will draw attention.
So much attention.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh shit!
How
we
much-
had some.
Hold on, sorry.
Right.
Hold your thought, Jamie. To be clear as well, it also specifically says no heavy munition weapons either way.
Yes.
Yeah.
They allow light munitions for bodyguards, such as
Like
blaster
pistols and
pistols. Yes.
In that case,
They're not going to let you bring rifles and stuff aboard their yacht.
yeah. Bacta, do you already have a blaster pistol?
There was one in the egret, I grabbed it.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think I'll just leave my blaster because I don't expect to need it. But I am going to sneak in my lightsaber.
Yeah, you can totally.
Mhm.
I'm just letting you know that if you are trying to go in as a guest, you will be they will be checking for weapons. Honestly, even if you go in as personnel, they will likely be
Probably
checking you for weapons at some point.
I'm going to be.
Right,
Go on, Logan.
I'm going to be taking my lightsaber and Stimpaks and earbud comlinks.
Sure.
I think
Again,
I can-
you can bring whatever you want. Just keep in mind that what you are bringing, I'm going to assume you have on your person at all times on this cruise.
Yeah.
I have stashed a bunch of stuff, so
How
I'm armored.
How inappropriate would Dara's current armor be? Would that be a weird thing for her to be wearing?
I mean, yeah, probably. Regardless
Okay.
of what you're going for, I think. I mean, maybe if you're trying to pose as a bodyguard, then maybe. But you're not going to be able to pass as a cruise security officer because they have specific uniforms.
That makes sense. Okay. I think I might have to leave my armor behind.
Ultimately, if things go decently well, you aren't expecting much combat. Do keep that in mind.
Yeah. I'm gonna put my armor on the ship. I'm wondering if I should leave both my guns on the ship or take one. Because I can probably stow away one of them. What do y'all think?
I think you take one max.
One what? Yeah.
Yeah, shut up.
I wish I could
Taking-
take one of those.
Taking one gun would probably be better than taking two.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I have
Yeah.
I think I can stick my knife and gun on, I think.
You could probably easily sneak a knife in without.
Yeah.
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 Well, easy. You could probably do it. You especially could do it. I would imagine.
Mhm.
I was gonna
Okay.
say,
Yes,
I
Jimmy.
could have sworn we had civilian clothing on the egret.
That's just
but
normal
maybe not.
stuff you have. If you're not wearing armor, you're wearing civilian clothing.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, if you're just not wearing armor, I assume you're wearing some decent, like some passable clothing.
Yeah. All right. Sounds great.
Alright, so yeah. Please convince them I'm a bodyguard because I would like to be able to bring a blaster pistol and I can't sneak one.
Okay, well
Like-
you're here. So the question is, you're here. You can see the Susanna. The town, the small rural town here is abuzz with mercantile activity from, tourists who are buying trinkets and eating at their cafes. This is definitely a tourism economy town.
Yeah.
This local economy is sustained by tourism.
Oh man, I want a pretzel and cheese dip.
Your big question is, how do you want to gain access aboard the Susanna? And as far as I can tell, you have three major options.
Okay.
You could try and gain entry as a passenger. That your biggest challenge there is that they're going to be checking anyone coming aboard for boarding passes.
Mm-hmm.
You could try and enter as crew. You'd probably need a disguise and some kind of inn, or you could try and smuggle yourself in as cargo. That might be difficult because you don't know where that would be.
Yeah. My question is like how long is the boarding process? Because I assume it's a big cruise. They're gonna have a lot of people on it.
Well, if it's like a real, if you're assuming it's like a real cruise, then they're going to have a set departure time, and it's up to everyone to be registered back aboard the cruise by departure. That's an individual, people are probably going to be staggering in over the course of an hour before departure.
Okay. We could probably just be there at the very start of it and see how people load in, and if it's a droid, then we can figure out something else. But if it's just manual staff processing it, then we could probably just get somebody to wave us in.
Do keep in mind, obviously, of course, not every person staying on this cruise is going to be off the cruise in town either. That there's still going to be a decent amount of people aboard the cruise. It's not like it's going to be
some people napping.
Yeah, I mean, there's some people who are probably just not interested in going in town.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to make for just check-in. You want to make for check-in.
I think we want to observe first.
Yeah, see if we can tell whether it's a droid or a person.
Yeah.
Checking them
Do you want to get closer, or do you want to observe from afar?
I feel like observing from afar is the safer option.
Do you have a macro binoculars or something? That would probably help. That would give you a great op. That would make it very easy for you to observe from afar. Yeah.
Oh.
Do you want to use macro binoculars to just?
Yeah, I'll just
scope in towards check-in.
He was gonna leave him on the ship, but he can just grab him real quick and.
It's a good thing you had those with you before we left the ship.
I know, right?
You
Wow.
Lokata, you scope in. Sure enough, droid check-in.
Yep.
Oh.
You see Lokata scoping in. You see some passengers move up. They have a boarding pass ID that they slot into the droid. Like a timestamp card.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
And then they withdraw it. The droid lifts like a bollard basically and lets them into the cruise.
Okay, hold on. I have a question. So there's no facial scan or anything. It's just the data on the card.
Yeah, looks like it's just a ticket.
Okay.
So if we stole someone's tickets, we could probably get on then.
Yes, for sure. Keep in mind that the people whose tickets you steal can probably complain that they had their tickets stolen.
Not if we brainwash them.
That only lasts for 5 minutes, Chief.
Only 5 minutes? Okay.
That's how long the base power
Brainwash.
lasts. I need duration upgrades to make it last any longer than that.
Are there any
I'm going to make a dice roll. Or for my own sake. I'm just informing you that I'm making it because I know exactly what I'm making it for.
Okay. Are there any
Oh no.
like that? Are there any like bars right by the drop off point?
Any bars?
Yeah, I'm thinking like if someone likes
Okay, sorry. I thought you meant bars as in like a countertop. But no, I get what you mean.
yeah.
You mean like a place to drink? No, not on the harbor or the port. No. As you're scoping out, are you all together?
Yeah.
I would
Yeah, I don't-
probably say so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Especially since Bluff guy was using his binoculars to tell us what he saw.
Yeah.
Can I? Which one of you? Dara has the highest perception. Is that correct?
Yes.
I believe so.
Yeah.
The Timmy and Bacta would be the next two best, I would imagine. Oh,
Probably.
not Bacta, never mind.
Oh.
I mean, I have 2 ranks in perception. I just, took a bash to the head.
It's just, yeah, it's just not as okay. It's just not as good as Dara's.
Mm-hmm.
Got it. One moment.
Oh, you're going against my perception, aren't you? That's scary.
No, this is so funny.
Oh no.
You're all observing, whispering to each other with some ideas. Sophia, you feel an ominous presence that you cannot describe.
Oh no.
Yes,
I'm
love.
getting bad vibes.
It's right behind you.
It's Cypher.
You
He's
know-
on the cruise.
No, hold on. I'm debating with myself how funny I want to be about this.
I promise you, whatever this is, you do not see it coming.
I mean,
God.
I have a joking idea of who this bodyguard is, so.
No, here's what I'm gonna do. This is a really stupid use of a light point, but it's a very
my
funny
God.
use of a light point, so I'm gonna do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna flip a light point to activate a control upgrade I have not purchased for a power I have. I'm going to activate the panoramic vision upgrade for Farsight.
Okay.
So I roll my force pool. And okay, that's incredible.
Wow.
No, it's not worth spending 2 light points on a
Yeah.
joke.
I was going to say we only have one.
Sophia just goes still for a moment, tries to sense what is behind her, fails, and just slowly looks over her shoulder.
The rest of you also slowly turn.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You see, standing behind you, a tall, broad-shouldered man holding a crate of supplies with a completely clean-shaven head and a dead look in his eyes.
No!
Okay.
He looks down. There is his neutral expression grows into a slight smile, if you could call it as hello, Tim.
God.
No, hang on. No, I just realized Sophia has never met Killer Dave.
Correct.
This is Killer Dave.
Killer Dave
That
is
is
going to be my
killer.
go-to suggestion for the bodyguard.
Okay, that is Killer Dave standing there in what looks to be like a cook's uniform.
Oh, that's
They let him near
horrifying.
sharp objects.
What was that, Loot?
They let him near sharp objects.
They call him Killer Dave because he makes a killer steak.
Bactus never met Killer Dave either. I just realised.
He's he stands there and just hello, friend.
Timothy is immediately on edge.
This is your problem.
Just
Timothy.
stiffens up a bit, shit.
You know each other?
Dave gives an answer. I will kill him last.
Meet Killer Dave. We met him during the outbreak.
I see.
Dave gives
I'll
what
say
says
Timmy.
he's like, friend Timmy, let me out of my cell.
Sophia just like a hard head turn to look directly at Timmy.
Timothy just like looks to Sophia. I was never great with negotiations. He rubs the back of his neck.
You heard him. He's bad negotiations.
I feel like I have less information about the situation now than I did 5 seconds ago.
I think Dara's just gonna sigh and turn to Killer Dave. Do you work for the cruise, maybe?
Yes.
Of course. What exactly is your position?
But his grin grows wider. His eyes are still there. It's like, I cut the meat.
You think you could perhaps find a way to get us and your friend Timmy on board with you for the cruise?
Timothy looks like no.
He's gonna look. His head slowly turns towards Timothy. Like, do you want entrance?
Yes, it's important.
Oh my
Timothy
god.
is trying to be straight faced, but this is like all of his regrets are just right there.
This is your hole. You dug it.
No,
You get to lie in
this
it.
is my whole. Yep, it sucks here. I don't like it. I want to leave.
Just kind of Killer Dave. He gives like a one firm nod of his head. Says, "Yes, I will get friend Timothy inside."
And what about the rest of us?
I'm only going inside.
Dara, you don't have physical intuition and feelings because you're a droid.
Mhm.
But the way Killer Dave turns his head to looks at you, boy, that doesn't feel good.
You know what? Never mind.
Like, I will take one of friend Timothy's friends.
Timothy is going to take a breath. No, it's either all of us or none of us. If I'm going, my friends are coming with me.
Dave's like,
Lo-
no. Dave's like, I could kill them, then it's just you.
Oh
Lock-
God!
Loth looks at Timothy like,
I
dude, what are you doing?
feel like that was a very predictable outcome.
Yeah. 2 is fine.
Killer,
Timothy, pick someone else.
you see Killer Dave, he's like, he puts down his crate.
I think that also backed up very visibly puts a hand on the gun that he has.
Timothy, Timothy is just like
to be clear,
hovering over.
Finish what you were saying, Jamie.
Timothy like doesn't like that threat that Killer Dave just made. He like his hand instinctively hovers over his holster.
Okay, well, I was going to say, to be clear, for both Bact and Timothy, Dave does not give a shit. He does not look scared.
Oh no, Baxter's not doing it as a threat.
Yeah,
Baxter's doing
no.
it to get ready to draw.
Yes, I just want you to know that the Killer Dave is unfazed.
Loth is
people
going
is-
to speak up. Whoever
What
you
about-
bring on board, is that going to get past security?
Yes.
Loth like breathes a sigh of relief.
Dave's like, I promised the security guard at the kitchen entrance I would kill him last on the cruise.
On the cruise. Yeah, Loth says
the
a lot
cruise.
on the cruise. Loth turns to Sophia. Give me your lightsaber, I'll bring it aboard.
Sophia tilts her head a little bit. Uh, God, hold on, let me think actually.
While you're thinking, Dave has started unbuttoning his like cook's shirt.
Mm.
By the way, for the record, Dave tatted up as hell, as you might
Yeah.
imagine.
Yeah, because he was.
He's a walking prison stereotype.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He gives once he's got his shirt off. By the way, you see that he has like 10 knives tucked into the waistband of his pants. He gives the shirt to Timothy.
Okay.
He then looks towards Lofkata, realizing that he can only undress so much, so he takes off his little hat and gives it to Lofkata. Says, do you put it on?
Yeah.
Like,
Hesitantly.
Now you look like a cook. Good.
Perhaps me and Patrick could get in as Sophia's escorts.
Was Sophia gonna say something though?
Yes, I was just doing that to give Iris thinking time.
Well, if we're committing
my bad.
to Loth being the other one to go in with Timmy, then what I was gonna say is not relevant.
You could just hand the hat off to someone else.
Yeah.
It's just a hat. We had the trade menu open. It's okay.
Well, fortunately for the party, David is here to save you and is capable of getting two of you in.
Yay!
Better than 0.
Could be worse.
Well, Dave is here, which means you have to account for a potential unforeseen circumstance.
Yeah.
But they would make a great distraction.
Because Dave might start killing.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he got this job, right? So like, he's
reformed. Yeah, he's reformed.
He only kills outside the cruise, on his
he's-
off hours.
He's just Dave now.
When he's just Dave when he clocks in. When he clocks out, that's when he gets killer. Work-life balance.
Have you ever considered that Dave does not want to be the way he is?
I think he enjoys
No.
being the way he is.
No,
But
I'm
as long as
joking.
Dave
I'm
doesn't
being
kill the
silly.
one, look, as long as Dave doesn't kill the one person we're looking for, Dave can go wild as far as I can.
What if we stick Dave on the bodyguard?
Well, Dave's able to get two of you in. It has to be Timmy and someone else. That someone doesn't have to be
Yeah, I think
Lofkata.
Timmy Lost Title works, because Iris can mind trick people into thinking I'm a bodyguard.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
can also probably go.
if Dave
with-
wants to
yeah.
try and kill
whatever.
Lofkana, Lof can at least try to defend himself. He would have 2 lightsabers.
You don't understand. Killer Dave has such high agility.
He has vicious,
I
like,
believe you.
if he crits you, you just die.
Vicious 100 on his
Jesus
weapon.
Christ.
Sorry, Vicious 10.
No, it is 100. It's guaranteed kill. Why do you think they call him Killer Dave?
True.
Killer Dave when he that kills you.
But like Killer Dave's like an optional super hard fight, because if you kill him, you get Killer Dave's knife, which has Vicious 10.
I was gonna say you get a special item.
Oh no!
He's the super hard boss.
Tez, you do have like a character sheet built for Killer Dave, right? Like just in case.
Maybe.
Good.
I hate this.
I don't think you should try and fight him.
No.
No, see okay. Hear
Hold
me
on,
out.
okay,
My-
first off, quick save.
Killer
At
Dave
5.
breaks through your quick save.
Are we
Anyways,
really
my
doing something?
suggestion:
Yes, Nick.
the guy has a bodyguard, right? Which means if someone just say goes into a frenzy and attacks our guy, then the bodyguard has to step in.
Maybe.
That would mean that, well, 1, Killer Dave's out of the way, and 2, that means we know who the bodyguard is.
How about we get on the ship first? Then
I'm
we
just
worry about that.
theorizing.
We can theory
Anyway.
craft. We can theory craft later when the immediate problem is dealt with.
I'm thinking ahead, okay?
Stop that.
Stop thinking.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty
No,
much it.
genuinely, thinking ahead like this is, I genuinely think, one of the worst parts of tabletop role-playing games. I do not like doing it. Because it just
Okay.
slows
Just gotta
everything
do it.
down.
Okay,
Live in the
well in that
moment.
case, we've got Lafkada and Timmy on board. That just leaves Sophia, Dara, and Bacta.
Yeah. Yeah, the lesbian couple and their bodyguard.
I feel like you're the one like
There's
pushing
so
a certain,
much.
Say,
There's so much to unpack there.
I'm afraid Sophia is very literally spoken for in this case.
Yeah.
The polyamory has not been established.
I was more
in this
making a
universe.
joke about the fact that it's the exact same thing that we did for the
Yeah, I know.
Oh god. Anyways,
We haven't found
Oh.
Cordelia
Polycule has
yet
not
in
been
this
established
DU.
in this universe.
Oh, what was that, Iris?
I said we haven't found Cordelia yet in this.
Yeah.
True.
I'm not sure you want to. You don't subject her to Star Wars.
No, she doesn't deserve that.
I think the really bullshit option would be so Dara changes her name at the end of the campaign to Cordelia.
That doesn't make any sense.
No, it's like when in Marvel movies they have like some random guy named after like a comic character.
But you do realize that means you also have to date Serio.
I think that'd be hilarious.
Because
That-
to be clear, you have to remember this isn't that's a triangle. Like
Yeah.
that's a triangle, not a 2 lines to one person.
Point
Yeah.
one, dueling emoji. Point two, bet.
I think that would end in a
Horribly.
fire, Chief.
okay, but Serio
Dara
has
explode.
canonically killed Dara before.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
a
he
pretty
will do it
significant thing
again.
that happened.
I don't think he didn't kill her. He just almost.
He
killed her.
didn't kill Dara. He just
He
He
did
shut-
nearly
he shut
bisect
her
her,
off.
though.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway,
That aside.
All
what
of
is-
that
what is our
aside,
actual plan for sneaking?
Dave?
Do we want to try and go in through the front?
to be clear, Dave just picks his crate back up. He looks at the two that have. He looks at. Has Timmy put on the cook's shirt?
Yeah, Tim is gonna put on the cook shirt.
Okay.
Is it-
Honestly, I think Dave is more built than Timmy, so it's actually probably a little
Interesting.
loose.
Yeah.
No, hello. Dave was in prison for how long? You famously, there's
Yeah.
two things to do in prison, and one of them is bodybuild. This is like well known.
What's the other thing?
Get shanked.
Oh, okay. Recreationally.
Oh yes, recreational shanking. The favorite
listen,
pastime
you're
of
either
all
the
players.
shanker or the shanky.
Yeah.
Okay.
Anyway.
Dara.
Dave, he looks at Lockhart. Dave is like, follow, and just starts walking.
Does Sophia give Lopkata the lightsaber?
Sure.
Okay.
Imagine Love Cottage is using the lightsaber to chop meat.
He's just using it like a fucking butcher's
That
knife.
would burn that shit. That would be
Okay.
awful cooking.
Okay, so the other three still need entry.
Yes.
Yeah.
Back to once again as a bodyguard. So what does that mean for Sophia and Dara? Are we gonna rob someone?
Dara, you have the information, which is why you know that the high level tickets that allow for access of a bodyguard allow the bodyguard to be a +1 on the ticket.
Okay. So we only need like theoretically 2.
You would
tickets.
only need 2 passes.
Yeah. Assuming we go in through the front. Dara could try and sneak around through the cargo. If we want to super split up.
You still need to get your hands on at least 1 boarding
Yeah,
pass
we
if
need
you
at
want to
least
enter through the front.
That shouldn't honestly be that hard.
Worst comes to worst, we knock someone out, leave them in the dumpster somewhere.
No, yeah. Dara can like slit someone's throat non-lethally.
No, you can't.
No, I actually do have an ability where I can use
Blast a
melee
pistol
weapons
with a
non-lethally.
stun setting.
Yeah.
Okay, so what's the plan, you three?
It sounds like we're
go.
gonna try and. Sorry.
Yeah, let's go find a couple of people who are by themselves.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and tell you what. Let's see. Hold on. The sense doesn't tell you where they are. It just tells you there are living beings in range.
Yeah, this is a thing we've gone like back and forth.
I
on
know.
a couple times.
I know.
It's very ambiguously written.
Mm-hmm.
In the past, I know I've just done it when I think it's convenient.
Yeah.
Which is bad because it shouldn't be a precedent when it's not the intended use of the rule.
Yeah. Yeah, as written, I don't think it clarifies at all. It just says you can sense all living things within short range.
Yeah.
Well, tell you what, why don't one of you go ahead and give me a vigilance check to keep and to just
Alright.
Okay.
I'm not doing that.
I'm quite good at vigilance.
I'm also quite good. What are you at?
5 green dice.
I will assist you for 2 ranks of
Okay.
vigilance.
Okay, go ahead and make me a. Let's call it a difficulty. Let's call it 3, and then let's tack on a setback dice, just the one though.
Okay. 2 ranks, you said?
Yes.
Alrighty. Kaboom.
Wow.
Okay.
That's impressive.
Wow.
That's
You did
very
it.
impressive. Look at
Okay.
all the.
You look around. It looks like no one's maneuvering in easy places to, get robbed. However, seeing you look around, a clearly poor-looking child calls for your attention.
Why are you acting like that? Why are you up to your nose in disgust at the mention of a poor child?
I'm confused. Thank you very much. God.
It's a very young Ithorian.
Oh,
Hello?
He gestures for you to come closer. He's like a little bit in an alleyway, not like completely in the dark, but out of the immediate main thoroughfare. He gestures. Yeah, do you guys want to draw closer?
Yeah.
You know what? Dara will keep a little bit of distance, just in case.
Sure. You draw closer. This Ithorian child, also you says, "You're looking for a ticket into the big ship?"
That that raises some alarm bells. But Sophia says, yes, we seem to have lost ours.
Yeah, the child gives like a very firm nod, like, yes, lost yours, understand. There's like, can sell you once.
Huh.
What do you want for it?
Here, one moment. I need to do something. I need to check something rather. So give me one moment. I'm gonna pull up. I need that one. That's the one I was missing. Look at these. Okay. And that's. So I'm checking a couple of different items.
this is the bathroom. I will be right back.
Go piss, Jamie.
He looks in consideration before he points past Bacta and Sophia to Dara. Specifically, he's gesturing towards Luce.
Hmm.
Like, I want that one.
Over your dead body, kid.
There's no need to be rude.
Fine. And 4,000 platinum.
Hmm.
Hmm. Oh. Hmm. Wait, no, never mind. I can't do that.
What foolery are you thinking about?
I was wondering if I could tap a light point to buy a vibro knife to bribe the kid with. Like, hey, you want this cool knife? It's a cool knife.
I have a vibro knife on. I have a vibro knife on me. Not just a vibro knife, a heavily upgraded one. So I would prefer you didn't sell it.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say I also
if
have
you
a vibro knife, but it's upgraded, so
Yeah,
I
mine
think
does
like Dara's
double
good.
damage.
Sorry.
Mine does like double the damage of a regular vibro knife.
Nice. I think Dara's gonna like shift her gaze to Sophia. Don't you have that trick you can do?
You know what? Uh, she almost looks disgusted and says, "I'm not going to do that to a child."
Would you rather give him a gun?
I think it would be morally questionable to mind trick a child who's just trying to barter. Like, no ill
That
intention.
would be fucked up. Dara's suggesting it though.
Sure, I'm just speaking up.
Would you rather give him a blaster?
No, but that doesn't mean we have to resort to things like that. um. God. Okay, let me think. Um. Sophia thinks it over for a moment and she's like, "Is there anything else you're interested in?"
Yeah, vigorously shakes his head. You know, in that childlike manner.
You know what? God, hang on. I I have a suspicion that's probably completely unfounded, but I've been burned once already. Uh, Sophia kind of looks at this kid from and says, "What's your name?"
I don't worry. I knew where you were going with that.
Hmm?
Don't worry about it. Logan's the only other person who gets it. Either way, he eyes you kind of suspiciously for a few moments. Will you make me just a charm check?
Okay. What difficulty?
Normal. Give me like one setback because he's clearly wary of you.
Yeah.
Can I say that I'm assisting by being the bad cop in the situation, therefore making
I don't think that
no.
helps with the
good
charm
guy?
check, Chief.
No, that would
doesn't
no,
make
okay.
any sense.
If it was a coercion check, then maybe.
Okay.
Okay, he kind of like eyes you suspiciously for a bit. After a few months, he's like, Jisoo,
Okay. See, I only asked his name to confirm that he wasn't Turkin, so now I
I
don't know where to go from here. uh, um, God. Okay, let me think. Sophia thinks for a moment and says, "Well, Chisu, we don't have a lot in the way of money right now, but we're very good at getting things. Aside from tickets, it would seem. If there's anything else you want or need, we might be able to get it for you."
Hmm. He continues to look cautious. And he's like, he thinks for a moment, says, "Can you get my mom's debt?"
Whoa.
You know what? Dara like raises an eyebrow.
He's like, yeah, my mom's debt. She talks about how much it's always bothering her.
Who does she owe it to?
He looks confused. You get the impression he doesn't quite understand what a debt is.
Does anyone ever come by your home asking about the debt?
He gives a bit of a nod after considering. So the guy's from Quib's Cantina.
Quib's
it
Cantina. Can you describe him?
He gives you a description.
Okay.
How far is the canteen from here?
Things from 10 minutes.
If we make it fast, we can make it. Or if we go fast, we can make it. She says to Sophia.
How long until the ship leaves?
Well, boarding has started, so it's about an hour.
I was gonna say we probably have about an hour left.
Okay.
So there and back is like 20 minutes total.
Um. Sophia says, "Okay, we'll see if we can go get your mom's debt. Can you tell us her name? We'll need to know it so we can find it for her."
He's like, Guavi.
Guavi. All right. Thank you. We'll see what we can do.
If you want the actual spelling stick.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Oh, hold on. Not entirely correct. There we go. I put the double. I had the wrong double letter.
Ooh. Let's get moving then.
Let's get moving.
We could head over to Quib's Cantina.
Yeah.
Yep.
How do we plan on handling this? Are we gonna talk our way this, or are we just gonna use force?
We might be using force on this one.
Don't worry, I have 2 boost die to diplomacy.
I can be diplomatic. but I don't know.
Diplomacy.
Quib's Cantina is a dingy little dive bar, essentially located in the a couple streets removed from the main street where everything is more clean and presentable for the tourists. You know,
Mhm.
this is the kind of place the people who actually live here would go to, not just tourists. It's as I mentioned, it's a dingy, dirty place. Maybe dozen and a half dozen patrons of all sorts and types here. A place reeks of death sticks as you step in.
Before we go in here,
Okay.
Sophia's gonna pull up her hood, going Obi-Wan style.
Okay.
And we're gonna look around for the guy.
You make your way in. The description you were given is of another Ithorian.
Okay.
There does seem to be a major Ithorian population here on the planet.
I see.
You spot him. He is seated in one of the booths with like two clear, like when you see them, clearly goons. You know, like those are torpedoes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like clearly.
Okay. Do we just go up to him?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
All right,
Okay.
we'll just go up to him.
You approach the booth. The two torpedoes kind of they eye you up as you approach, and they kind of like one of them gets up from the booth. The guy crosses his arms over his chest. You know, like look, you know, intimidating and make himself big. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Bacta will look intimidating right back.
Fair and reasonable build.
Afternoon, gentlemen. We're here to make a business inquiry.
The Ithorian whose description you were given sits at the back. You know what Ithorians look like.
Yeah.
This guy over his like double mouth situation, he has like massive filters with basically like hot rod style exhaust pipes that are like smoke is leaking from.
See.
It's a whole thing. He speaks and it kind of like warbles as like a filter turns on and renders a slightly mechanical voice from it. Like, what do you want?
We're here to inquire about the debt of one Guavi.
What about it?
Well, we have an interest in it. We'd like to. God, you know what? I got to think about how to handle this.
You want to like buy the debt from him?
Yeah, I think that's the most plausible diplomatic approach to
You
this.
probably want to ask how much he actually owes first.
Well, we could, but if we do that, then we're giving away that we don't actually know that much about the situation.
I guess that's
Opportunity-
true.
You're also giving an opportunity to inflate the price.
Yeah, and
Hmm.
debt is also often sold for less than the actual
No,
value
yeah,
of the debt.
exactly.
Um.
Well, I would
He
say
says-
always is it's the how you make profit off of it.
Yeah. Sophia says, we're interested in acquiring it from you.
Why is that?
Personal reasons.
He kind of like gives it this with a no skin over my scalp. Sure, I'll sell.
Name your price.
He looks at you for a few moments and says, 3,000.
Okay. Real quick, refresh your memory. How much do we have right now?
We have like 4,000.
1393.
No, 1,300. Way less than I thought.
I am. Let me. I am the tracker of the platinum. Bitch.
My mistake, tax lord.
No, it's 1393.
Okay.
Not that much.
No.
Sophia like purses her lips a little bit. underneath the hood, looking dissatisfied, and she says, "You can go lower."
Give me a negotiation roll.
Okay. Difficulty?
I'm going to go ahead and call it just challenge 2. I'm going to go ahead and say, because this is of an underworld broker, I'm going to give him nobody's fool. I'm going to say
Fair
yes,
enough.
nobody's fool. I'm going to say 1, so that's another upgrade.
Okay.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay. Damn.
Yeah, I have a feeling.
Okay, all right. Don't think so. 3 grand.
Sophia, like, sniffs dismissively. She leans forward a little bit, and she says, "I think you're misunderstanding me. We're offering to buy it from you as a courtesy to avoid having to do things the hard way."
Ooh.
And then she's gonna say, "Oh God, let me think about how to do this." She's gonna say, "The Imperium prefers to keep its hands clean when possible," and then she's going to, like, pull. You know that thing people
You're
do
going to show
where
your
they just, like,
lightsaber?
yeah.
Yeah.
She's just gonna like
doesn't have
set the hilt.
She didn't have it.
Oh my God. Okay, I forgot that.
Yeah.
That it's in my inventory still, so I spaced it.
I'll do that.
How about you can you can destiny point say that you still have it.
I'll take
We'll have
that
to
deal.
smuggle it in then. Okay.
Just because it's a little cheap to say that you could just say you didn't give it, but because we did
Yeah.
specifically establish that you gave it.
That's fair.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay. This makes
Okay.
sense to me.
Yeah, she's going to, like, put her lightsaber on the table, in her hand, of course, as a show of force.
Okay. Make me a coercion roll.
Lovely. Same difficulty?
I'm gonna go ahead and say against his discipline this time, because you were negotiation was against his negotiation.
Yeah.
So go ahead and give me. That's gonna be. I'm gonna put it at challenge 1, difficulty 2.
Okay.
Can I assist by putting my hand on my gun?
Do you have any ranks in coercion?
Yeah, I got 2 ranks.
What were you gonna say, Iris? Sorry.
I was just gonna say, what saith the game master?
Okay. I'll say. Sure. Maybe why not?
Okay.
Things. Yay.
He does have nobody's full 1 as established. You just upgrade the difficulty once because it is a coercion check. Give yourself 2. Give yourself 1 setback die because you failed to negotiate with him.
Fair enough.
But then give yourself 2 boost die because you have a lightsaber. That's a pretty indicative fact that you're speaking the truth.
Yeah. And then I get 1 extra boost die automatically because of the sense emotions talent.
Alright?
Unless he's they're not immune to force powers, are they?
No.
Right.
Ithorians are naturally quite sensitive to the force, so it wouldn't be surprising if he's resistant, but he isn't.
Okay. Okay, so that should be a total of 2 challenge and 1 difficulty, right?
Yes,
From the
with
upgrade?
the upgrade it becomes that, yep.
Okay. Here we go. You're kidding! You're kidding me!
Oh my
Whoa.
good
Sophie, I think we're gonna have to kill this guy.
That's
god!
a comically
That's a
dog shit roll.
Very small. Do you not have a reroll of any kind?
No, not for. God, no. You know what? I No, I wouldn't have. Never mind. I remember I was thinking about buying a talent for that, but I actually wouldn't have enough XP either way. So no, I just take the L on that one.
Okay, that's what an L to take. That's a big L. Wow, I have to say, did not see that one coming.
Me
Fight,
neither.
fight.
Please don't. You're about to
Well,
no,
negotiations failed.
I know
Two despairs.
I know exactly what I need to do here because I know what this means to me. The historian, you can see the exhaust from the pipes on the side of his like attached to his mouth like flares up, and allows it like, "There's a knight here! Everyone, get him!"
Well, time to
Oh,
boogie.
dear.
Well over half the patrons in the place like whip their head around, draw weapons. The Imperium is not very welcome here in this establishment, it would seem.
Okay. I need 2 destiny points fast.
I rolled a 50
Right.
nose. Tez, use your points.
I rolled initiative.
I think we do actually roll initiative now.
Yeah, if you don't have any feasible way you can imagine you can resolve this right now before it comes to blows, which I think would be very difficult. Like, to be clear, that would be a very tall order.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, my way of resolving this before it comes to blows is killing anyone before they can kill me.
Okay.
I was
Yeah.
going to say we could try and take like a shot at the guy we're talking to just kill him and be like, "Hey, back off. This is not going to end well for you."
They are, I think, with 2 despairs and the fact that they all think you're Imperium and you're
Yeah.
so outnumbered, they are incensed to kill you, even if you kill
Yeah.
all of them.
No, I
Yeah.
was fairly sure that
I think we
no,
just said
2
that we just gotta
despairs,
go
there's no
crazy.
getting out of the consequences of our actions here.
Yeah, this is the consequence of the roll. I think we just have to cope with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then before we roll initiative, we will call session.
No.
Start off
Damn.
next session with a boogie.
Yeah.
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 This is why I handle negotiations.
I
Well,
will have
anyway.
you know, my dice pool for coercion, I promise, is substantially better than yours. I just rolled like dog shit.
Yeah, you rolled the
In this
worst that
scenario-
anyone's ever done it. That's
I'm
The
sorry.
worst anyone's ever done it.
I just don't think you could roll worse. I cannot foresee a worse outcome.
Yeah, that was really bad.
Be less advantages, I suppose.
Yeah.
statistically
I
speaking,
suppose.
this is one of the worst ways you could have done it.
You-
And by
you know what?
God,
Luke,
by the
I'm gonna-
force.
there
I'm
could be
gonna
no
roll that
advantages and just
pool
threats.
again because I want to see like if I did
Yeah.
have a reroll.
Logan, what session
Man.
number was this? Can you please remind me?
Wait,
This is session number 70.
I thought so. Thank you.
Iris, I think I could have matched your dice pool.
Oh,
but
by
this
doing your
guy.
thing.
I could've done
yeah.
the thing.
For this session, for advancing to where we are now, and getting into this next mission, you are not going to get a whole lot, but
Fair enough.
you are getting 10 experience today. Here you are.
Okay.
Hooray!
Oh,
Why
Okay.
stream? You get
Gotta
10
s- I got-
experience too.
Ta-da!